Good afternoon and welcome to Tyler, Texas. Game 2 of the 2019 NJCAA District C Championship Series. Dr. John Groth with you on the pregame show. Had a chance to talk to both head coaches today about yesterday's ball game. It was an 8-7 win for the Brookhaven Bears. And, boy, a couple of big innings for the Bears yesterday. State put them out in front, and they held on for dear life at the end of that ball game. The Apaches made a strong surge in the 8th and 9th innings, scoring 4 runs in the last 2 innings, but came up just short. And the Brookhaven Bears hold on for Game 1 victory. Today's Game 2, a little muggier today here at the ballpark, and we'll talk about that as the day progresses as well. But I did have a chance to catch up with the head coach for the Brookhaven Bears. That would be Brandon Rains. And Coach Rains obviously excited about yesterday's ball game. Let's hear what he had to say just a few minutes ago. Inside the Bear dugout here with head coach Brandon Rains. And first of all, congratulations on Game 1 victory. You guys... a lot of good things. Top of your lineup really was productive. You got 5 solid from Dixon, and Cifuentes came in and got a 4-inning save. It kind of looked like some of the games you've had recently where you got out early and just kind of held on.
Yeah, that was a tough game back and forth. We had some good at bats, and we had some big innings with some key walks, and had some guys that were pretty stubborn in the strike zone, didn't leave it, that contributed to base runners. And then a couple of big hits. And, what can you say about our pitching performance? That combination of TD and Trace has been really good for us. And those guys they compete well. Not bad for a couple freshmen, for sure.
No question. Lots to look forward to next year, for sure. I thought, you guys, again, as I looked at how you got here, I saw it all yesterday. I saw 2-out stubbornness. I saw foul ball, base hit. I saw a lot of resiliency in your club, and that's kind of what we talked about yesterday.
Absolutely. When we turned it over to them, like we had talked a little bit about, hey, this is your team. You got to figure this stuff out. We'll give you the tools to do it, but you got to kind of come together. And right now, they're just playing for one another. I mean, everybody's contributed, and we talk about roles and little things. A lot of bricks build big walls, and it's one of those things that they're playing for each other, and everybody's trying to have a good at bat and just win the game. It's very fun to watch these guys play at this high level, which not too many teams do it, and they've been able to do it the second half for sure.
Well, I looked at the numbers before the series started, and you guys had the decided advantage offensively. They might have had the decided advantage a little bit on the mound. Defensively, they probably had an advantage, but tell you what, there were some defensive plays made by your guys yesterday that were difference-making type of plays. I mean, Koss makes a couple of good throws to the plate in key spots. Wagner at third, that play at third base in the 9th inning was huge.
Unbelievable.
And then that last play of the ball game, Alcala, that was not an easy play, and he came in and got rid of it quick. And so talk about that aspect of yesterday's win.
Well, we always preach defense, but you spend the majority of your time taking BP. But, those guys have been playing really well defensively and making plays. And what can you say about Wagner, who's been DH? He's played a little left. And, it's like, hey, we got to have you at third base and lock it down. And he keeps getting better and better as the year progresses. And those plays that he made yesterday with the throw across the body and then the double play ball. And then, Alcala's play at the end of the game was, he made that play look so easy, but he had to come in.
That was a hard play. We both know that. We've been around the game long enough.
Yeah, he has to come in
that moment, right?
Take an in-between hop
Yep.
and catch and get rid of it, and it was just as smooth as you can possibly make it, and then throws a dart over to first base. And, so can't say enough about the defense. Hopefully we'll just keep that stuff going on, because so far we've been playing pretty well, pretty good defense.
You love to have those things happen when they mean the most, and certainly this weekend you want your guys at their best. So, all right, let's wrap this up by talking about your pitching today and who's going to be your starter and how you'll handle your bullpen.
Well, Ryan Harris, sophomore all-conference, has been 2-year all-conference for us, left-handed pitcher. Change of speeds, got a pretty good fastball, works both sides of the plate. He's a warrior out there. Okay. If he's on, he's really, really tough to hit. Our goal is just throw strikes and see what happens with him. We're not trying to punch guys out. We're trying to get contact and play defense behind him. And then bullpen-wise, you know, it's going to be a situation of what inning and what's the score and, you know, what hitters they have coming up. And we've got, you know, two pretty good arms, really three pretty good arms that we're very confident in using. And, you know, we'll see which one gets the ball and, you know, definitely try to do our best to close it out today.
Well, it'll be interesting to see because you're going to probably be putting us, we'll see how the game goes, but this is a game like none other this season for you guys. You start out 0-6, you go 3-10 into conference play, and here you are, one game from getting to the national tournament, the World Series. Is where every team in America wants to get to at every level of baseball. And so, do you hold back, or if you got a lead late, you know, do you use some guys in awkward positions, or you just kind of stay the course and maybe play it out and see how the game goes, and then you got a few bullets in the chamber for tomorrow?
There is no tomorrow. We're going all in today. We're going all in today, and if we can win a baseball game, then we're going to do whatever it takes to win today. And we'll figure out tomorrow when tomorrow happens.
Right.
But this is all the chips are going to the middle of the table today.
Okay. Well, Brandon, congrats on the win. I know that it's an exciting day for the Bear baseball program, and I know you guys are looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to calling it. That was a fun game to call yesterday. It was a back-and-forth battle against a worthy opponent, and I hope today goes well for you and the Bears.
Thank you, Coach. Appreciate it.
All right, a big shout-out to Brandon Rains as he walks to home plate at the moment as we're getting ready to play baseball. I also had a chance to talk to head coach Doug Wren from the Tyler Apaches. And let's see what Coach Wren's comments were about yesterday's ball games. We got Coach Wren outside the Apache dugout, and let's talk about yesterday's ball game. Just that one inning really kind of cost you. Had some free bases and didn't quite get it done that inning. But the good news was you guys really made a great charge, and I'd like to think coming into today's game you feel pretty good about the fact that you didn't just lay down.
Yeah, you know, obviously yesterday did not go the way that we intended it, and you know, anytime, you know, you give up a 3 spot in the fourth and a 4 spot in the sixth, you know, you really put your offense behind the 8 ball, and offensively we got the guys on base early, and we just didn't quite get that big hit. We could have turned the tides a little bit early on, but you know, I thought Griggs looked okay. I mean, the third inning, you know, you give up a little capper to left, a dribbler to third, and then a little capper out to right field. You can't really defend those per se, but the fourth inning was what kind of did us in, and hopefully we can minimize those innings today. And so, you know, I still feel pretty good about where we're at and, you know, what we're doing, and still feel like we have the depth on this ball team to come back and win one today and then force a game 3, and then you never know. So, but, you know, Griggs just kind of ran out of gas. It's the hottest day that we played so far, and he had been sick earlier in the week. He had lost some weight. Only thing we could have done different was push his start back a little bit, give him an extra day. But, you know, it is what it is. So Cooper will be on the mound today, and hopefully gives us a good start and puts up some zeros early and allows our offense to kind of put the pressure on him.
So, do you manage the pitching a little different here, elimination game?
Yeah, I mean, obviously, any high leverage situations, you know, we're going to try to, you know, go to the guys that we think can get it done. So hopefully Coop can get us deep in that ball game, and then, you know, hopefully the offense can put some pressure on them and we extend a lead. I mean, those are the ways that you draw it out. Right. But yeah, if we get into a position, it's all hands on deck today. It is a win or go home mentality. So I think we do look at it a little differently. And then, you know, just see if we can force a game 3, and then if we do, then we'll have all the horses ready to go tomorrow.
Well, it was exciting. The phrase came out, Mike Carter Magic, late in that game on my broadcast. And, you know, the fun thing about thinking about today is if you do get some pressure scenarios, you had some guys step up yesterday. Fiver stayed hot, and you had Vega, after grounding in a couple double plays early, come up huge for you in that 9th inning. So I'm encouraged that your guys got some fight in them, and obviously today backs are against the wall a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, you know, we lost, but there's some good things to take from that game for sure. We had some good at bats late. It just took us a little longer to get to those, but you know, I like where our offense is at. You know, I think we put up, you know, I mean, a lot of big numbers last weekend, and then a 7 spot yesterday. I mean, you'd like to think with 7 runs, you should be able to win that game. Yep. But, you know, the key is on the mound. We got to put up some zeros. Yep. We got to kind of control the game a little bit, and that's something that we'll hope that Coop can fill it up. We play good defense behind them, and then, you know, let those guys kind of go do their thing offensively.
Well, Doug, thanks for your time. You guys are getting ready to take in out. Hope today goes well for the Apaches.
I appreciate it. Thank you, Coach.
And we're ready to play baseball here at Christus Trinity Mother Francis Mike Carter Field. Welcome to Tyler, Texas. Dr. John Groth on the play-by-play with you today as we are getting ready to play Game 2 of this championship series between the Brookhaven Bears and the Tyler Apaches. Today's ball game, the Bears will be the home team, and that's kind of a strange thing to have the Apaches play here at home and be the visitor, but they will bat first. So let's walk through the Apache lineup as we get ready to play ball. Leading off is left fielder Heath Hood. Batting second, the second baseman Eric Owen. Batting third, first baseman Michael Morissette. Batting cleanup, the right fielder Fiver Trimble. Batting fifth, DH Miguel Vega. Batting sixth, the third baseman Ty Meisner. Batting seventh, center fielder Jacob Johnson. Catcher Cade Watson bats eighth. And the ninth batter of the Apache lineup will be the shortstop Jacoby Bogue. On the mound for the Apaches, right-handed freshman Cooper Rawls. Defensively for the Bears, they are 1-0 in this series. They are 38-24 on the year. Out in left field, it's Chase Koss. He made a couple of great plays late in that ball game yesterday. Jordan Whitaker back in freshman, one of 2 freshmen in the lineup. Tristan Marcus in right. Brett Wagner, the other freshman, in the lineup for the Bears today. At third base, Ruben Alcala made a great play to finish the ball game. He's back at short. Sergio Escueda had a nice game at the plate yesterday for Coach Raines. He'll start at second. Chris McGinney at first. C.J. Lavalvo behind the plate. And on the mound, the left-handed sophomore from Richmond, Texas, 6 foot 232, Ryan Harris. Harris is from George Rance High School. He is a UT Dallas commit, and so he'll be playing for the Comets next year in the Metroplex. 8-5 on the year for Harris with a 5.65 ERA. His 21st appearance of the season. He does have 3 saves to his credit, 71 2/3 innings, 69 strikeouts, 35 walks for the sophomore from Richmond, Texas, Ryan Harris. Leading off for the Apaches is the left fielder, Heath Hood. Heath Hood, 3 hits in yesterday's ball game. First pitch is off the plate, ball 1. We're underway right on time for the second day in a row. 1 o'clock sharp. In on the hands, this is Escueda. He bobbles it, and Hood is aboard. E4. Kind of a routine play. Looked like Escueda might have taken his eyes off it. And the ball hit off his glove and fell right to his feet. And so Heath Hood aboard here in the first inning. I know that the Apaches would love to get out early and often in this one. They are in elimination mode today. Their overall record 40-18, but they're 0-1 in this championship series. The Bears win this ball game. They will advance to the NJCAA Division III World Series in Greenville, Tennessee. First pitch is curveball in there, strike 1 to Eric Owen. Just getting underway here. Top of the first, the Apaches, the visitors here in Game 2 of the series. They will flip a coin if a third game is necessary to determine who's going to be the home team for the final game of the series. Next pitch misses, and it's 1 strike to Eric Owen. Apache's wearing their gold tops with the white pants. Got the black and gray stripes on the pants. White and black piping around the neckline and around the sleeves. Tyler across the front. Black lettering with the white outline. We're in the white paneled ball caps today with the yellow bill and the black back panel. The Bears wearing the black tops with the white pants today. The black ball caps with the forest green bills. 1 ball, 2 strikes. There's a pickoff move, and Hood back easily. 4-man umpiring crew again today. A couple of close plays at home plate yesterday. I think they evened out. Had some discussion after the play took place. Coach Wren out there arguing that second call. Tried to go back and look at those plays, and I couldn't tell the angle that we have from the press box. Very difficult to determine. They were close plays on both accounts, and Mr. Umpire had the best view of anyone in the ballpark. So 2 balls, 2 strikes. Nobody out. Heath Hood at first after the error by Sergio Escueda led the ball game off. Here's the 2-2. Fouled off to the right side. And we'll do it again. Coach Tim Hunter got the short sleeve pullover on again today. Coach Abney looks like he's got the same. He's got a 3/4 length sleeve under his pullover today. It's kind of muggy today. Yesterday we had 38% humidity. Today, almost 70% humidity. It's a much stickier day today. Game time temperature 78 degrees. Breaking pitch just misses inside. And the count goes full, 3-2. We got a southerly wind at 10, which is exactly what it was yesterday. And that flag will just flutter in from right field a bit at game time. Another pickoff attempt. This is Ryan Harris's 21st appearance of the year. 8-5 with a 5.65 ERA. Does have 3 saves, so been used in multiple roles this year by Coach Raines. Coach Raines in his 9th year as the head coach of the Bears. 3-2 pitch. Swing and a miss, struck him out. First strikeout for Ryan Harris. Strikeout number 70 on the season for the left-handed sophomore. Here's Michael Morissette for the first time today. Eric Owen had quite a day yesterday as well. He had 3 hits for the Apaches. Morissette was 2 for 2 with 3 walks. He was on base all 5 times yesterday. First pitch to Morissette in there for a strike. It's 0-1. Harris has thrown 71 and 2/3 innings, and now with that strikeout of Owen has struck out 70 batters. Just about 1 per inning. Has walked 35. 0-1. Swing and a miss. Big hack there by the Apache first baseman. Headed to Miami of Ohio next year. Looking into the dugout. Coach Wren giving the signs. Apache offensive players wearing those wristbands with the coded number system on them. 0-2. Left on left matchup here. Here's the pitch from Harris. Off the plate. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Well, we got a similar crowd today as we had yesterday. Looks like a couple of more umbrellas showing up at the ballpark. Not quite supposed to be as sunny today as it was yesterday. Supposed to have partly cloudy skies. Maybe even a chance of a stray shower, but I don't think it's a great chance. 1-2 pitch. There goes the runner. Throw to second. Not in time. It's a stolen base for Heath Hood. He'll go to third on the overthrow, and that ball gets away into the dugout, and that's going to be a run for the Apaches. Well, the defense has been a little shaky here at the outset for the Bears. So Hood will get credit for a stolen base going to second, but he'll go to third and home. He'll go to third on an error by the second baseman, or the catcher, and then he'll score on an error by the center fielder. So 2 errors on the play. So the Bears already have 3 errors, and we're only at the third batter of the ball game. 2-2 pitch to Morissette off the plate. And it's a 3-2 count now. So the Apaches take the lead without a hit. Heath Hood reached on an error by Escueda. He stole second. The throw went to center. And Whitaker, the center fielder, threw it over the third baseman's head. Fly ball to Whitaker in center. This is easy pop-up, and he'll catch it for out number 2. So when the Apaches kind of gave away some free bases in the 4th inning yesterday, or the 5th inning, excuse me, a 4-run 5th inning for Brookhaven really was the difference in the ball game. And you had 3 walks, a hit batter, and an error in that inning. So some miscues and some misfires really cost the Apaches in that 4-run inning for the Bears yesterday. And the Apaches take advantage of some Bear miscues in taking the 1-0 lead here in the top of the first. First pitch is in there for strike 1 to Fiver Trimble. Ground ball to short. Alcala catches, throws, and that's your inning. The Apaches get 1 run on no hits, nobody left on base. And they lead it 1-0 as we come to the bottom of the first. And the Bears will come to the plate. Back in just a minute on ApacheAthletics.com. All right, let's catch you up with these lineups here. Let's give you the starting lineup for the Brookhaven Bears. They come in 38-24 on the year, 1-0 in this championship series. Leading off, the second baseman, Sergio Escueda. Batting second, first baseman, Chris McGinty. Batting third, the catcher, C.J. Lavalvo. Cleanup batter is shortstop, Ruben Alcala. Batting fifth is the right fielder, Tristan Marcus. Batting sixth, third baseman, Brett Wagner. Batting seventh, a new DH here in this ballgame. Bryson Jolly gets the nod. Yesterday, Ruben Torres was the DH, but Jolly stepped in and knocked a double as a pinch hitter yesterday, so he gets the nod as the starter in the 7th spot for Coach Raines today. The 8th batter is the left fielder, Chase Koss, and batting 9th for the Brookhaven Bears, center fielder Jordan Whitaker. Defensively for the Apaches, Heath Hood out in left, Jacob Johnson in center, Fiver Trimble in right, Ty Meisner at third, Jacoby Bogue at short, Eric Owen at second, Michael Morristed at first, Cade Watson behind the plate, and on the mound, right-handed freshman from Hallsville, Texas, 6'1" and 195, Cooper Rawls. Rawls 5-3 on the year with a 3.45 ERA. His 15th appearance, actually his 16th appearance, 15th start of the year. He's got 1 complete game and 1 shutout. 70 and 1/3 innings pitched, 73 strikeouts, and 20 walks for the freshman from Hallsville, Cooper Rawls, and he pumps a strike in there. It's 0-1 to Sergio Escueda. Next pitch is in there, and it's quickly 0-2. I heard from Miss Warren and Miss Riles rooting for those Apaches. If you want to check in on that live chat feature on the YouTube channel, go ahead and do that. Give you a shout out on the air. love to know who you're rooting for, where you're rooting from. I know probably got some Bear fans out there and some Apache fans. So let us hear from you on that live chat feature, and we'll give you a shout out. 1 ball, 2 strikes from the windup off the plate. 2-2. Cooper Rawls' 16th appearance, all but one as a starter. 2-2 pitch, a breaking pitch, strike 3. First strikeout of the day for Cooper Rawls. Perfect game still intact for the freshman from Hallsville. Here's Chris McGinty. As we noted on the pregame show, the top of that lineup, very productive. Escueda, who just struck out, 3 hits and 3 runs scored yesterday. And McGinty, he scored a couple of times, was on base 3 times, walked twice, and had infield singles. So the top 2 spots yesterday really got it done for Coach Raines and the Bears in an 8-7 win yesterday. 5 of those 8 runs were scored by Escueda and McGinty, the top 2 batters in the lineup. And Cooper Rawls pumping the strikes in. He's ahead again, 0-1. Fly ball center field. Johnson going back toward the warning track and backpedaling right in front of the 370 mark in center field. Makes the catch for out number 2. Well hit ball by McGinty that drove Johnson right up to the fence. But he made a nice catch and staying with that ball, and there's 2 outs. Here's C.J. Lavalvo. Lavalvo, a UT Dallas commit. He'll be playing for the Comets as well next year. And yesterday's ball game, 3 RBIs yesterday, and Lavalvo got the game-winning RBI with a big double in the 6th inning off the left field wall. He had a 2 RBI single in the 3rd inning of yesterday's ball game. He was 2 for 4 on the day. And Rawls, just pumping the strikes in, is ahead 0-2. Very efficient with his pitch count. Ryan Harris threw 17 in his first inning of work. There's a chopper to short. Jacoby Bogue will take on the big hop, fire it over, and it's a 1-2-3 first inning for Cooper Rawls. 3 up, 3 down, nothing across for the Bears. We'll head to the 2nd inning. Your score for Mike Carter: Tyler 1, Brookhaven 0. Back in a minute on ApacheAthletics.com. Welcome back to Tyler, Texas. Dr. John Groth with you. Top of the 2nd inning. The Apaches, the visitors here in Game 2. And it'll be 5, 6, and 7. Miguel Vega leads it off, the freshman from Tyler. Big home run in the 9th inning yesterday. 2-run shot. Narrowed the lead for the Bears to 1. And Tres Cifuentes was able to coax a fly ball and a ground ball to end the ball game. First pitch swinging, and Vega is aboard with a single to left field. So the Apaches with their leadoff batter aboard for the second inning in a row. Here's Ty Meisner. Meisner, the UT Tyler commit. Meisner, the sophomore from Hallsville. First pitch, gonna miss, ball one. Meisner 1 for 4 in yesterday's game. He had a RBI single in the 2-run 8th inning yesterday. He eventually was thrown out at home plate on a very close play. Probably one of the key plays in that ball game. Allowed the Bears to hold on to an 8-7 victory. His run would have tied the ball game. Well, actually, it wouldn't have tied it at the moment, but 2 runs in the 9th would have tied it instead of coming up one short. 2-0 pitch. High chopper foul. Over toward the Brookhaven dugout there in the third base side. Here comes the 117 right on time. Got a train track right behind the right field fence here at Christus Trinity Mother Francis Mike Carter Field. 2-1 with nobody out and 1 aboard. The pitch. It's going to miss low. Well, the Apaches jumped out to a 1-0 lead in yesterday's ball game and held on to that lead until the 3rd inning. Bears were able to put 3 on the board. Did not look back. Held the lead the whole game yesterday. Apaches were playing from behind most of yesterday's ball game. It's a walk, and now you have 2 runners aboard, nobody out. First walk of the game for Harris. Moves Vega to second, and here is Jacob Johnson. You'll have a left-on-left matchup, and you might think you would move these runners with a bunt. We'll see how Coach Wren wants to play it. Chris McGinty believes there's going to be a bunt. He is way in at first base, and sure enough, Johnson's going to square around. Here's the pitch. Pulls back, ball 1. So Wagner creeping just a bit at third, but McGinty coming way in at first base when Johnson squared around here. So obviously you want this bunt to go to third to move those runners. 1-0 pitch. It's off the plate, 2-0. So teach these hitters bunt strikes. If you don't get a strike, pull the bat away and take your walk. Some pitchers struggle to throw strikes to a batter that's squared around. Strike zone and the visual that he gets is just totally different. So here's the 2-0 pitch, and that's going to miss inside. 3-0. The other thing, the other dynamic that goes on here in this situation is that umpire has a totally different visual when the batter squares around. And some umpires struggle calling strikes when a batter is squared around. So you might see Johnson square again, and he's going to, but he'll probably take this pitch no matter where it is. 3-0. Pulls the bat back, and it is called a strike. So now you're probably going to keep him in bunt mode here and see if he can move the runners. Dr. Tim Drain at the ballpark. Looking up toward the press box. Haven't seen him in a while. Always good to see the former athletic director, now vice president of Tyler Junior College. And Johnson bunts that ball foul. So now the decision will be, do you keep it on with 2 strikes, or do you let Jacob swing away here? Apaches lead at 1-0. We're in the top of the second inning. They have gotten their 2 first batters aboard here. A Vega single to left and a walk to Meisner. It's 3 balls and 2 strikes to Jacob Johnson, the 7th batter in the Tyler lineup. The payoff pitch missed inside. He was not bunting. And it's back-to-back walks. for Ryan Harris, and the bases are loaded with no one away. Here's Cade Watson. Well, I'll tell you, you might think about, you still might keep the bunt on here. We'll see if he lets Cade swing away. Watson, the sophomore, headed to UT Tyler next year. He was 0 for 4 yesterday with a couple of strikeouts and a couple of ground balls to short. Fouled off to the right side, out of play. No balls and 1 strike. Well, McGinty is playing in front of the baseline at first base. The rest of the infield, pretty much normal depth here. 0-1 is the count. Here's the pitch. It's going to miss high and away. And it's 1 ball, 1 strike. Bases loaded, no one out. One nothing Tyler, top of the second inning. Ryan Harris, the sophomore from Richmond, from the stretch, the pitch. Just missed low. 2 balls and a strike on the Apache catcher, Cade Watson. The left on right matchup. Harris has his sign. McGinty still creeping at first base. Foul ball down the right side, out of play. And it's 2 balls and 2 strikes. Well, this is an elimination game for the Apaches. If they were to lose this, they would be eliminated from this championship series. Now, one of the factors this year is the at-large bid. After all the district tournaments are completed this weekend, the NJCAA baseball committee for the Division III World Series will have to meet and decide who that 8th team will be. Ground ball to short, could be 2. You flip it to second for 1. You throw to first, not in time, and it's an RBI fielder's choice for Cade Watson. So Watson will get an RBI. Johnson out at second base. Meisner to third. Vega comes home to score the second run of the ballgame. It's 2-0 Apaches. So they've scored single runs in both the first and second innings. Still only 1 out. And still, you've got to believe that bunt would be in play here. Brett Wagner well behind third base. And we'll see how they want to play it. Harris has runners on the corners. And Bogue is going to show bunt early here. Here's the pitch. And pulls back at the last minute. But you had Wagner coming with the runner. And so there was no one at the bag. Now, if you're going to play it that way, you pretty much, unless you're going to run Alcala to third base, which is what some teams will do in this situation. But you really, it's hard to do that. And you got nobody at second base because Escueda is likely going to go to first base. So here's the 1-0 pitch. He shows bunt again, and the bunt is bunted fair, and that'll score a third run. And Bogue is out at first base on the tag. So it's an RBI squeeze for Jacoby Bogue. 3-0 Apaches. It's going to go 3 unassisted. Bogue is out, but he will get an RBI. And he also will get a sacrifice on that, I believe. Meisner scores. It's 3-0. And Watson at second with 2 away. Back to the top you go. Heath Hood. Hood reached on an error his first time up. He's 0 for 1. Runner headed to third. No throw. Cade Watson now 90 feet away. So the Apaches have jumped out early here. And they're looking for more here with 2 outs. Heath Hood, the leading hitter on the Apaches, .390 average. Harris going from the windup with 2 away and a runner at third. The 1-0 pitch. Little nubber to short. Alcala fields it, throws to first. The inning is over. But the Apaches end up getting 2 more runs on 1 hit. And they leave 1 on. Your new score for Mike Carter Field as we go to the bottom of the second. Tyler 3, Brookhaven 0. Back in a minute on ApacheAthletics.com. Welcome back to Tyler. Bottom of 2. It's 3-0 Apaches. And for the Brookhaven Bears, it's 4, 5, and 6. Ruben Alcala will lead it off. Alcala did have one hit in yesterday's ball game. Foul ball off to the right side. It's quickly 0-2. Cooper Rawls is a strike-throwing machine so far. 10 pitches in his first inning of work. And he's quickly ahead 0-2 on the cleanup hitter, Ruben Alcala. Off the plate, 1 ball, 2 strikes. 4, 5, and 6, Alcala, Marcus, and Wagner scheduled to hit for the Bears. They'll face the freshman from Hallsville, Cooper Rawls. Swing and a miss, struck him out. Second strikeout of the ball game for Ruben Alcala. I'm sorry, for Cooper Rawls. And Alcala 0 for 1 on the day now. Here's Tristan Marcus. He had 1 hit in yesterday's game. He was 1 for 4. He did walk and score a run. He'll step in from the left side. Rawls has done a great job of working ahead of nearly every batter he's faced. As soon as I say that, he falls behind 1-0. 3-0 Apaches. 3 runs on 1 hit for Tyler. Swing and a miss. Boy, big hack right there by the sophomore right fielder. 1 ball, 1 strike. Marcus, sophomore from Rowlett. Pitches off the plate. 2 balls and a strike. Watson held that a little longer than normal, hoping that Mr. Umpire might change his mind. 2-1 pitch. High pop-up out of play and get away from the Avalon. Where did that go? That's not good. I'm parked right behind that tree. 2 balls and 2 strikes with 1 away. Rawls out of the windup. Line shot into right field, base hit. There goes the no-hitter. And there's 1 aboard with 1 out here in the second inning. Sharply hit ball off the bat of Tristan Marcos. And that'll bring up the third baseman, Brett Wagner. Wagner, a big 2 RBI single in the 5th inning yesterday. He was 1 for 5. But he did make a couple of web gem defensive plays that were difference makers. And trying to think, maybe the first play of the 9th inning yesterday was a huge play for the Bears. 0-1 pitch. Ground ball. Gets through the hole. Meisner dove but couldn't get there. Back-to-back singles for the Bears. 2 on with 1 out. Here's Bryson Jolly. And Jolly was a pinch hitter in yesterday's ball game. Came in off the bench and doubled. 7th inning, one of the hardest things to do in the game, I think, is to sit in that bench for a number of innings and then step in and square a ball up, but Jolly did it. He was 1 for 2. He got a second at bat, struck out to end the 9th inning. First pitch off the plate, ball 1. 3-1-0 for the Apaches, 0-2-3 for the Brookhaven Bears. Bears trying to secure a bid to the Division III World Series with a win today. Apaches trying to fight off elimination and force a 3rd game tomorrow. We have weather coming in tomorrow, so there was talk before the game of possibly moving the game to an earlier start time. And there's probably a strong likelihood we will not have that information when we go off the air today, so you're going to have to stay close to probably the Apache Athletics website, and maybe even if you're connected to some of these families and players, what the game time will be, as the weather is looming. It's supposed to come through at game time tomorrow. Base hit to left field. And 3 hits in a row for the Bears have the bases loaded. Good piece of hitting by Bryson Jolly. Took that pitch the other way. And the Bears, after giving up 2 runs in the top half of the second, come right back, and they're threatening here in the bottom half. They're the home team in Game 2 here, as the teams rotate home and visitor in the first 2 games of the series. And in tomorrow's game, if necessary, we'll flip a coin to decide who the home team for tomorrow's ball game is. Stepping in is the left fielder, Chase Koss. First pitch in there, strike 1. In yesterday's ball game, Chase Koss was 0 for 4. He did reach twice, once by a walk and once on an error. Cooper Rawls from the stretch. Bases loaded, the 0-1. Swing and a miss. No balls and 2 strikes. The sophomore left fielder, Chase Koss. Koss out of Spring, Klein Oak High School in the Houston area. The 0-2. Yes, he did. Watson's got that ball right at home plate, and there's the second out of the inning. Boy, Watson did well to keep that ball close to home plate, because if it had gotten away, it would have been a run. Marcus would have scampered home with the Bear first run of the game. Here's the 9-hitter, Jordan Whitaker. One of 2 freshmen in the lineup for the Bears today. He was 1 for 4 yesterday, a single and a run scored in the 3rd inning, and then 3 strikeouts in his last 3 at-bats. First pitch swinging, he fouls it over that third base dugout. Strike 1. Bears in that third base dugout, the Apaches in the first base dugout. Mike Carter Field. 325 down the lines, 361 in the gaps, 370 straight away. An 18-foot high wall all the way around the ballpark. Artificial turf. 3rd year for the turf to be here. That just misses off the plate. Apache faithful wanted to call the strike. 1 ball, 1 strike. 2 away, and the bases are loaded with Bears. They trail 3-0 here in the bottom of the second. Cooper Rawls, the freshman from Hallsville, the 1-1. Swing and a miss. Off speed pitch there. And Rawls 1 strike away from striking out the side and getting out of big trouble. Both sides getting excited at the possibility of what could happen with this next pitch. Rawls steps off. Try to gather himself a bit here. Got to believe you're going to throw him another breaking pitch here. Here's the 1-2. Way off the plate, and that's exactly what it was. Cade Watson, great job to keep that ball at the plate. Well, now the question is, do you come back in there with a fastball or do you stay with the off speed? We'll see what Rawls wants to do. Here's the 2-2. Swing and a miss. Watson blocks it. Well, you step on the plate. There he goes, and that's the inning. I was going to say, he was about to throw it to first base, but then remembered that the bases were loaded in that situation. Everybody's forced, and you can step on home plate for that final out, and that's exactly what happened. So the fourth strikeout of the game for Cooper Rawls ends the threat. Sandwiched in between 3 strikeouts were 3 base hits, and the Bears leave them loaded here in the second. We'll go to the third. Your score remains Tyler 3, Brookhaven 0. Top of the third inning. 2, 3, and 4 for the Apaches. Second time through the lineup. Eric Owen swings at the first pitch he sees and fouls it down the third base line, strike 1. Eric Owen, 329 on the year. 9 doubles, 3 triples, 6 homers, 37 RBI. Line shot, foul. Coach Hunter acted like he was going to catch it. He wanted no part of that ball. Well, you already got a right-hander tossing down in that Bear bullpen, so let's see how Coach Raines wants to play it. He talked about having all hands on deck and trying to win this game today. Asked him point blank before the ball game if he would save some pitching for tomorrow, and he says, we got a chance to win this game, we're going to win it. We'll do our best to try to win it today. 1-2 pitch, that's going to miss low. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Got a right-hander tossing very lightly down there. 2-2 pitch, this is driven into the gap. And that's going to one-hop the fence. Eric Owen stands at second with a leadoff double. And for the third inning in a row, the Apaches get their leadoff batter aboard. Well, this is exactly what Coach Wren wanted to see. Some early offense. Take a little pressure off of his starter, Cooper Rawls. The Apaches' bats came alive last weekend over in Plano. They rolled right through that Western Division bracket. 9-1 win over Eastfield, 12-5 win over Northlake, and a 9-8 win over Northlake in the championship. Morrison's going to show bunt, pull back, called a strike. The Bears had a much rougher go of things. 6-5 win in the opening game against Cedar Valley. A loss to Coastal 7-6, and then out of the losers bracket, 10-7 win over Cedar Valley, a 10-7 win over Coastal, and then an 8-7 win over Coastal in that if game. 0-1 pitch to Morissette, and they'll pull back for ball 1-1. In that championship if game, the Bears scored 4 runs in the 9th inning to win, going away 8-7 on the road at Coastal against the host team. So it's a battle-tested club here, and the Bears They find themselves behind 3-0 here in the third inning. Apache's looking for more. Here's Morris that squared around but then pulled back. 3-2-0 for the Apaches, 0-3-3 for the Bears. They committed 3 errors in the first 2 batters of this game. Apache scored a run in that first inning without the benefit of a base hit. 2 balls, 1 strike to Morissette. The pitch, left on left matchup. That's low, and it's 3-1. Well, if Morissette reaches, it would be Fiver Trimble next. Morissette flew out to center field his first time up. 296 average on the year for the first baseman. 11 doubles, a couple of triples, a homer, and 35 RBI. Harris from the stretch. And the pitch. Had a notion, but held off, ball 4. So for the second inning in a row, the Apaches with their first 2 runners of the inning on base. Here's the right fielder, Fiver Trimble. Fiver grounded out to short his first time up. Trimble, 261 on the year. 6 doubles, a triple, 5 homers, 32 RBI for the sophomore right fielder. White House, Texas. Breaking pitch in there, strike 1. Well, we've heard from a couple folks in that live chat. Bobby Anderson rooting for the Bears. Good luck Apaches watching from Houston. Miss Hood. Watching from Miss Rester's 4th grade class in Enterprise, Alabama. Let's go Apaches and Coach Doug Wren. So big shout out to the 4th graders watching in Alabama. 0-1 pitch, now time called by Trimble. So appreciate all the shout outs we've gotten on that live chat feature. Mr. Anderson rooting for the Bears. Coach CJ, hope you got the score. Try to keep that going. And Lori Spisak feathers up. Appreciate her checking in with us. 0-1 pitch, fouled back behind us, out of play. And it's 0-2 on the Apache right fielder, Fiver Trimble. And Fiver, again, a double and a home run yesterday. He has swung a hot bat in the playoffs for the Apaches the last 2 weekends. In the 5 spot yesterday, Coach Wren moved him up to cleanup today. 0-2 pitch, off the plate. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Ryan Harris started the inning with 38 pitches through the first 2 innings of work. We're in the top of the 3rd. The Apaches, a double by Owen and a walk to Morissette. Trimble at the plate with a 1-2 count. And still no one out. Here's the pitch. Boy, just did get a piece of the breaking pitch, staying alive. One ball, 2 strikes. Trimble battling here. A 1-2 count. He's fouled a number of pitches off. We saw the Bears do this yesterday and come up big. See if Fiver can return the favor. And Harris inside move, keeping the runner at second, Eric Owen. Owen, talked about this yesterday, but Eric Owen has stole 28 bases in 31 attempts. Did not steal any yesterday. There he goes. We just, on cue, throw to third, and he's safe. Fiver strikes out, but Owen and Morissette steal. The old double steal on there, and now you got runners at first and second with one away. Second strikeout of the game for Ryan Harris. Headed to UT Dallas next year. And here is Miguel Vega, single to left field his first time up. Big two-run homer in the ninth inning yesterday. Three 0 Apaches. They're trying to build on that lead. First pitch to Vega, outside corner, strike one. Well, partly cloudy skies here in Tyler. We started the ball game with a temperature of 78 degrees. We're headed to the middle 80s, according to the weatherman. Here's the 0-1. Big hack fouls it off to the right side, and it's 0-2. We are at 80 degrees now. It's gone up just a hair. It was 78 at game time. Now we're at 80. Humidity still over 60%. Much stickier today than it was yesterday. 0-2 pitch to Vega. Off the plate, 1 ball, 2 strikes. The weather will change overnight and in the morning. Some 90% chance of rain tomorrow. And there is a possibility tomorrow's game time, if necessary, will be moved one way or another. It might be earlier. They may try to play early and beat the rain. And I guess there's a possibility they would go late. That ball's well hit, but way foul. Vega hits one into the trees, but well to the left of the left field foul pole. He hit one in those trees fair yesterday, 2-run homer in the ninth. Made it an 8-7 game at the time, and Tres Cifuentes was able to get the last 2 outs after that homer, securing the 4-inning save. Off the plate, Vega, good body language. Appears as if he's seeing the ball pretty well right now. Hit into 2 double plays yesterday. 2-2 pitch. Ground ball fouled on the third base line. And that was what was impressive for the freshman from Tyler, Vega. He had grounded into a double play in the 5th inning and in the 7th inning. He gets up in the 9th inning. And the first pitch he saw drove it over the wall in left field into the trees. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 away, the pitch. Fly ball, center field. Coming in is Whitaker and he dropped it. And another error by Whitaker. And a run will come home. I'm going to call it an error. I don't know what they're going to call it down in that dugout, but Whitaker had a long run to make, but that's a play that he's going to make 95% of the time. He just took his eyes off it, and it popped out of his glove. So Owen comes home, and the score's now 4-0 Apaches. Morissette stays at second, and now you got time, and Skylar Sullivan will walk out and have a chat with Ryan Harris, his left-handed sophomore. Where the defense has really been a bugaboo here. And we talked about it on the pregame show with Coach Raines. Coming into this series, the Apaches had the decided advantage defensively, fielding at a 960 clip. Whereas the Bears, their fielding percentage as a club, 921 coming into the series. However, yesterday, the Gloves were the friend of the Bears. They made a number of big defensive plays yesterday to preserve an 8-7 win. Not so much today. We're just in the third inning. They've already committed 4 errors. 2 fielding errors and 2 throwing errors. First and second, only 1 out for Ty Meisner. He walked and scored back in the second inning. 4-0 Tyler. Going to show bunt, pull back. The ball is called a strike. And it's 0-1. Meisner showed bunt and then pulled the bat back, and the ball popped out of the glove of C.J. Lavalvo. Left-handed sophomore Ryan Harris from the stretch. The 0-1. Big swing and a miss by Meisner. And it's 0-2. Well, the Apaches trying to even the series at 1 game apiece and force a third and deciding game. That would be tomorrow. It's scheduled at the moment for 1 o'clock. Probably a chance we're going to have to move that. 0-2 pitch, just missed. Lavalvo thought he might have had strike 3. Pitch was called a ball. Meisner will get another shot. 1 out, 2 aboard for the Apaches. A leadoff double by Owen, a walk to Morissette, a strikeout, and a fly ball that was dropped in center by off the bat of Vega. There's a line drive into the corner. This is trouble. It's going to go all the way to the wall. Morissette scores easily. And Vega coming around. Here's the throw. And he's going to make it. A 2-run double off the bat of Meisner. And the Apaches open this thing up. 2 RBIs for Meisner. Vega came all the way around to score. 3-run innings so far, and it's 6-0 Tyler. And here comes Coach Raines, and that might be all for Ryan Harris. And we'll see who the new pitcher is going to be when we return. Tyler leads at 6-0. We're in the top of the third. All right, the new Brookhaven pitcher is Hunter Anderson, 6'2" and 188, right-handed freshman from Sealy, Texas. Anderson takes over with 1 out here in the 3rd inning. Runner at second base, Jacob Johnson stepping in. Anderson, 2-1 with a 6.38 ERA on the year. 19th appearance for Anderson. First pitch swinging, fouls it off to the left side and out of play. Nineteenth appearance for Hunter Anderson. 42 1/3, 31 strikeouts, and 27 walks for the freshman from Sealy, Texas, Hunter Anderson. No balls and a strike to Jacob Johnson. That's going to miss outside. 1 ball, 1 strike. Johnson walked his first time up. Comes into the ball game, 259 on the year, 16 doubles, 2 triples, a homer, 26 RBI. The Apache center fielder. Anderson from the set position. The pitch. This is high. 2 balls and a strike. 6-0 Apaches. The Apaches have 6 runs on just 3 hits. Ryan Harris walked 3, but the Bear defense committed 4 errors behind him. And that pitch misses. And it's 3-1. Ty Meisner out at second base. He doubled in 2 runs a moment ago, forcing the pitching change by Coach Raines. Now it's Anderson. High fly ball, right center field, but not very deep. Marcus under it, makes the running catch. Meisner's going to tag and go to third. Here's the throw, offline. So 2 outs in the inning on the F9 by Johnson. Meisner heads up running, gets to third. That'll bring up Cade Watson for the 2nd time. Watson grounded out to short his last time up, but the bases were loaded and he got an RBI. Still looking for his first hit of the series. Watson, 273 coming into today's ballgame. 7 doubles, 2 triples, 2 homers, 20 RBI. And I guess they checked the runner on the early. They thought he might have left early on the appeal play. I guess he was called safe because he's still over at third base. First pitch to Watson, fouls it straight back. Got a pretty good swing on a fastball. And it's 0-1. Well, it's off and on sunshine here at the ballpark today. 0-1 pitch, misses inside. 1 ball, 1 strike. All right, Mr. Frank is checked in. Appreciate that. Fouled off to the right side. It's 1-2. Watching his nephew pitch. Cooper Rawls, I guess. Love to hear from as many that want to check in on that live chat feature. Let us know who you're rooting for, where you're watching from. We've got some elementary schoolers in Alabama watching somewhere. Miss Rester's 4th graders. Is there a better thing to do in school than watch baseball? I can't think of one. 2 balls and 2 strikes. 2 outs. Deuces Wild on the board. Cade Watson, the pitch. Line drive up the middle, base hit. Watson with an RBI single. It's 7-0 Apaches. Watson gets his 2nd RBI of the ball game. And here's Jacoby Bogue for the second time. Well, the Apaches threatening really to break this thing open. The run rule is in effect. It'd be 10 after 5 and 8 after 7. You know, I wonder, they haven't, I just had a thought. I wonder if they'd consider playing a doubleheader if this game is shortened. Because we got weather coming in tomorrow. We got playoff games tonight and tomorrow. High school playoff games surrounding this series. So I don't know if you could squeeze in a second game or not. But if the Apaches continue to score runs at this pace, well, you might be done in a couple of innings. And you easily could get a second ball game in before an evening game tonight at the ballpark. So I don't know. There's all kinds of possibilities here with the weather coming in tomorrow. Ground ball to short, could be 2. All right, you don't need it. I guess that's the third out. 6-4 ends the inning. But the Apaches add 4 runs on 1, 2, 3 hits. A double by Owen. A 2 RBI double by Meisner, an RBI single off the bat of Cade Watson, his first hit of the series. Your new score from Tyler, Texas is the Apaches 7, Brookhaven Bears 0. Back in just a minute on ApacheAthletics.com. Top of the lineup for the Bears, Escueda, McGinty, and Lavalvo schedule a hit for Brookhaven. Cooper Rawls, 31 pitches through the first 2 innings, has struck out 4 Bears. Struck out the side in the second. First pitch in there, strike 1. It's off the plate. 1 ball, 1 strike. The Bears were able to string 3 hits together, but they were all singles and could not score a run. 1-1 pitch. Line drive, 1 hopper. Meisner flags it down, throws across, 1 out. Good play at third by Ty Meisner. Ball took a sharp hop off the turf, and he caught it about chin high. And a good strong throw for out number 1. Here's Chris McGinty. McGinty flew out to center field his first time up. 0 for 1 in this ball game. On the year, McGinty, 387 for the Bears. First pitch in there, strike 1. The Bears, 333 average as a club on the season. 57 homers on the year. McGinty, 24 doubles, a triple, 9 homers. Doesn't like that call. And it's No balls and 2 strikes. Cooper Rawls has picked up where he left off, throwing strikes. There's a grounder to the third. Meisner on the big hop, throws it across. Good stretch over there by Michael Morissette. 2 up and 2 down here in the third inning. And stepping in for Brookhaven is C.J. Lavalvo, headed to UT Dallas next year. Sophomore catcher grounded out to short his first time up. 349 on the year for Lavalvo. 15 doubles, 6 homers, 39 RBI. First pitch pops it up, and that's way high. Let's see where it comes down. I don't know. It's headed toward the Avalon over there. Got a couple of righties. How in the world righties get that ball over there is beyond me. No balls and a strike. Now Rawls steps off and regroups a bit. The 0-1 pitch just misses. 1 ball, 1 strike. All right, looks like we got some Oakton people logging on there, predicting an Oakton Community College championship this year. Mr. Oliveris. Lori Spisak from Irving checking in. Appreciate that. Mr. Ortega rooting for the Apaches. There's a line shot at the shortstop. Bogue could not make the play. Oh, man. I'm a coach. I'm going to call that an error, but could have been a hit. That ball was sharply hit off the bat of Lavalvo, but again, that's a play that you'd like to think Bogue is going to make most of the time. Had to move a bit, but it was pretty much between his feet. Just misplayed it. So 2 outs. Here's Ruben Alcala. Breaking pitch catches the corner. No balls and a strike. Alcala struck out swinging his first time up. He leads the Bears with a .440 average. 19 doubles, 5 triples, 11 homers, 80 RBI. And I'm going to have to do a little research here because that's got to be among the Division III leaders on the RBI total. Can't imagine there's too many Division III hitters with more than 80 RBI on the year. We'll see if we can figure that one out. 1-1 pitch misses low. It's 2-1. And he is at the top of the list. Ruben Alcala leading the nation with 80. Castillo out of Cedar Valley next in line, 72. And then it's D. Sullivan from Oakton, 71. It's a lot of RBIs in a 56-game schedule. So, got your nation's leader in RBI at the plate. Three balls and a strike, the pitch. No, called a strike. I thought it was outside. And so did Alcala. He was flipping his bat away and held on to it. Now it's 3-2. 3-2, 2 outs. You'll have Lavalvo off with the pitch here. And here's the pitch. Ball's driven to right field. Trimble came in and then had to retreat, but stays with it. L9, if you're scoring at the house, the 2-out error is stranded. We'll head to the top of the fourth inning. Score remains Tyler 7, Brookhaven 0. Back in a minute on ApacheAthletics.com. Top of the lineup for the Apaches, Heath Hood for the third time in the ball game. Tyler leads at 7-0. Hunter Anderson came on with 1 out in the third inning, is back on the hill for the Bears. Apaches scored 1 in the first, 2 in the second, 4 in the third. 2-0 pitch to Hood in there, strike 1. 7-4-1 for the Apaches, 0-3-4 for the Brookhaven Bears. The Bears are the home team here in Game 2, so they'll get the last crack at things here today. With the weather impending tomorrow, there's just some unknown factors after this ball game is over. And another leadoff single. All 4 innings, the Apaches have gotten their leadoff batter aboard. And Hood is aboard with nobody out. Here's Eric Owen now. You just wonder what, just how you're going to play this. Eric Owen is 1 for 2. He doubled to left his last time up. And I'm going to see how aggressive Coach Wren is here with a 7-run lead. First pitch almost got Owen. Ball 1, it was inside. Heath Hood on the year, 14 out of 16 in stolen bases. Got to believe you're going to maybe turn him loose here. Although Owen doubled his last time up, you may just want to keep him at first for the moment. One ball, no strikes. Owen has had quite a series already. He had 3 hits yesterday, so 4 hits in the first 2 ball games. And we're still only in the 4th inning of this one. Anderson from the set. Stepping a dive, and Hood is back. Crowd continuing to trickle in. We've got a nice gathering here today. Friday afternoon. Sun out. Beautiful day at the ballpark. Last check, it was 80 degrees here in Tyler. 1-0 pitch. There goes the runner, swing and a miss to throw to second, and they're going to call him out. They're going to call him out. Owen had to come way across the home plate, and that's a good call. I'm sorry, Eric Owen was way across the plate after swinging at the pitch, and Lovalvo had to go through Owen to make the throw. Coach Wren's going to argue this, but I don't think there's any question here. So it's going to be a caught stealing. I don't know if you go 2-6 on that or what, but batter interference perhaps? Is it maybe how it's officially scored? Yeah, the runner's out. No, the batter's out. Okay. Okay. We're getting it straight now. So Owen is out on, I guess, batter interference. And Coach Wren is having words with that home plate umpire, and he's coming back hard at the Tyler dugout. Now, we've got a pretty good angle on that. Eric came way across home plate, swinging at the pitch. And there was definitely contact between Lovalvo and the batter, Eric Owens. So, not sure there's a really great argument there on the call. Frustrating that it happened. Morissette all over that first pitch, but it's way foul. Boy, if that had stayed fair, that would still be going. All over the first pitch from Hunter Anderson. So Owen, officially, batter's interference is out, and Hood is sent back to first base. So there's 1 out and 1 on. And here is Michael Morissette for the 3rd time. He's 0 for 1. He's going to show bunt, and, boy, just going to trickle foul. He had Wagner playing way deep. And if he gets that fair, that's an easy base hit, but ball rolled foul. So it's 0-2 on Michael Morissette. Morissette 296 on the year. For the Apaches, the sophomore headed to Miami of Ohio. Well, you'd like to think that you might send Hood here. And the Bears are thinking the same thing. Boy, today's a sunscreen day. If you don't put sunscreen on, you're going to get fried today. No balls, 2 strikes. The pitch misses high and away. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Got a couple of umbrellas out here to provide some shade. Got a nice cluster of people over there in the family section. Just behind the first base dugout. Next pitch is going to miss. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Michael Morissette at the plate. Hunter Anderson, the freshman from Sealy, came on with 1 out in the 3rd. We have 1 out here in the 4th, so he's officially worked 1 complete inning so far for the Bears. Do have a right-hander tossing in the Brookhaven bullpen. We're in the top of the 4th. Tyler leads at 7-0. Deep breath by Anderson. There goes the runner. No throw. Oh, Hood steals second standing up. Now that's his 15th stolen base of the year. And it's a full count on Morissette. Fiver Trimble waits on deck. Drilled into right field. This is going to hop, 1 hop, and flagged down by Marcus. But Heath Hood will score, and it's 8-0 Tyler. RBI single for Mike Morissette. Well, you inch closer to a shortened run rule game here. And I got to believe both coaches. Of course, your Brookhaven side of things, you don't want to get run ruled, but you want to save as much pitching as you can for that final game. We'll see what happens. Fiver Trimble 0 for 2. He's grounded out to short and struck out swinging. A homer and a double yesterday. Boy, drills that one way foul, though. That ball's way out of the ballpark, but way foul. That was a bomb. That ball went way into those trees in the left field, but it was, golly, probably almost 100 feet foul. No balls and a strike to Trimble. Hunter Anderson, the freshman from Sealy, working here for the Bears. The pitch misses. 1 ball, 1 strike. Well, we wouldn't be in a run rule situation just yet. It's 10 after 5, 8 after 7. The Apaches threatening here. And that ball just misses. 2 balls and a strike on Fiver Trimble. Apaches 40-18 on the year. 0-1 in this series. Brookhaven 38-24. Just misses low. It's 3-1 to Trimble. Well, if you put Trimble on here, then you got to deal with Vega. And he also hit a home run yesterday. 2-run shot in the 9th. Vega's reached both times and actually scored 2 of the 8 runs for the Apaches. Here's the 3-1 pitch. Trimble, high pop-up, left side. That's going to drift just out of play. And it's a full count on Fiver Trimble. 3-2 with one away. Ryan Harris started the ball game for the Bears. Worked into the third inning. Runner moving on the pitch. There's a tapper to second. Escueda will field it and throw to first. And there's your second out of the inning. 4-3 if you're scoring at the house. Morissette was moving on the pitch. Goes to second base. And that'll bring up the DH, Miguel Vega. Vega, a single to left. He reached on an error by the center fielder, Whitaker. His last time up, hit a high pop-up. Whitaker had a long run, but ball just popped out of his glove. Apaches with 8 runs on 6 hits. They have committed 1 error. And the Bears, no runs on 3 hits, 4 errors. Swing and a miss by Vega. It's 0-1. Oh, 1 count, the pitch. In there for a strike, it's 0-2. Two outs, runner at second is Morissette. An RBI single earlier in the inning. Hunter Anderson from the stretch, the 0-2 pitch off the plate. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Apaches trying to shorten this game. The 1-2. That's going to miss. This Brookhaven offense very capable of coming back in this kind of game. I saw it yesterday. They had a 3-run inning and a 4-run inning. So still a lot of baseball in front of us here. The Bear team has been a very resilient crew. Came out of the losers bracket last weekend. Next pitch, bloop to right field. This should end the inning. And that's Marcus squeezing it for out number 3. The Apaches get 1 run on 2 hits. They leave 1 on. We'll head to the bottom of the 4th. Your new score from Tyler, Texas. The Apaches 8 and the Brookhaven Bears 0. Five, 6, and 7 for the Bears here in the bottom of inning number 4. Grounder to the first base. Morissette flips it over to Rawls. Nicely done there. The Apache defense. Morissette had to go way to his left. And you teach your pitchers as soon as that ball's hit on the ground to your left, you take off to first. So Rawls is there on time. It's a 3-1 put out for out number 1. Here's Brett Wagner now, the third baseman. First pitch misses, ball 1. Wagner 1 for 1. He singled to left field his first time up. Wagner 381 average on the year. Foul tip. 1 ball, 1 strike. 16 doubles for Wagner, a triple, 8 home runs, 46 RBI. This Brookhaven Bear team had 8 batters with 30 or more RBI on the year coming into the series. Two balls and a strike, the pitch. Ground ball to third. Meisner backs up. Long throw. And there's 2 outs. Now, Rawls getting a lot of ground ball outs. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 ground ball outs here in the first 3 2/3. And you put that together with 4 strikeouts. And we've only had 2 balls reach the outfield. Now, that's not true. A couple of base hits, but only 2 fly ball outs, 1 in the first inning and a line drive to right in the third. First pitch is in there, strike 1 to Bryson Jolly. Little looper and caught there by Eric Owen. It's a 3-up, 3-down inning for Cooper Rawls. And another donut on the board. He's got 4 zeros in a row. We'll head to the 5th inning. Your score, Tyler 8 and Brookhaven 0. All right, the Bears have gone back to the bullpen. Sophomore from Fort Worth, Western Hills, Eric Anfin steps in relief of Hunter Anderson. And for Eric Anfin, 5-1 on the year with a 5.08 ERA, 14th appearance of the year, 39 innings, 38 strikeouts, and 20 walks for the sophomore from Fort Worth, Eric Anfin. First pitch in there, strike 1. This is Ty Meisner. Meisner 1 for 2, has scored 2 runs, has driven 2 runs in. So far, the offensive star of the game for the Apaches. 2 RBI double his last time up. Fly ball, center field. Whitaker going back, makes the catch. There's 1 away. Well, the Apaches at this point need 2 runs to shorten this game. It's 8-0. A 10-0 lead in the 5th would end the ball game. Here's Johnson now. 0 for 1. He walked and flew out to right. First pitch off the plate, ball 1. Jacob 259 on the year for the Apaches. High chopper, first base side. That's going to stay fair. McGinty, easy play. 2 outs. Well, stepping in now is the catcher, Cade Watson. Watson, an RBI single his last time up. He's got 2 RBIs in the ballgame. Ground ball out with the bases loaded back in the second inning. The Apaches have scored in all 4 innings. First pitch swing, and you grounded to third. Wagner up with it, throws to first, and he got him. It's the first time in the ball game the Apaches have gone 1, 2, and 3. Good job there by Eric Anfin as he retires the Apaches in order. We'll head to the bottom half of inning number 5. We're officially halfway home. 8-0 Tyler. Welcome back to Tyler, Texas. Dr. John Groth with you. We're halfway home. 8-9-1 for the Bears. Bottom of the 5th inning. This is Chase Koss for the second time. Koss struck out swinging back in the second inning, 0 for 1 in this ballgame. First pitch misses, it's 1-0. High fly ball, left field. Plenty of room out there for Heath Hood. And he'll make the catch, and there's 1 away. F7 if you're scoring at the house. And that's 56 pitches now for Cooper Rawls. Very efficient pitch count for the freshman from Hallsville. And here's the 9-hitter, Jordan Whitaker. Whitaker, 270 average on the year, 9 doubles, 2 triples, 6 homers, 34 RBI. Line shot, that's trouble, into the corner. Whitaker will hit first, and he'll head for second with a 1-out double. Well, the Bears have an offense that is very capable of putting some runs on the board. But Rawls has been tough. Hasn't had a strikeout since the second inning. But he has struck out 4 Bears here in the first 4 and a third innings. First pitch just misses inside, ball 1. Escueda, for the third time, is 0 for 2. Struck out looking, grounded out to third. On the year, .323 average for the Bears second baseman. 1-0 pitch. In there for a strike. Escueda, I don't know if he's mad at himself or mad at the umpire. Kind of looks like he might have been expecting it and just didn't pull the trigger. Now time called. He had a nice ball game yesterday. 3 for 5, scored 3 runs. 8-7 Brookhaven win yesterday. Here's the 1-1. Swing and a miss, way out in front. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Tyler, 8 runs on 6 hits. They've committed 1 error. Brookhaven, no runs on 4 hits. They have committed 4 errors. All 4 of those errors were right at the start of the ball game. Or 3 of them, I guess. There's a line shot into left field. Runner will be held at third. First and third, 1 out. So a double and a single. And the Bears trying to chip away at an 8-run deficit. Here's Chris McGinty now, 0 for 2 in the ball game. McGinty, a .378 hitter on the season. Does have 9 home runs and 39 RBI. First pitch swung on, fouls it down the first base line. Foul. Rawls from the set, the pitch. In there for a strike. It's 0-2. Well, one of the things that Rawls has done today is he's thrown a lot of strikes. There goes a runner. That ball's well hit into the left center gap. And Hood over to make the diving catch. And a run will come home. What a nice play out in left center by left fielder Heath Hood. It'll go as a sacrifice, F7. RBI for McGinty. Whitaker scores the first run of the ball game for the Bears. It's 8-1 now, but a web gem by Heath Hood. Hit a long run, and when he got to a place where he wasn't going to be able to run it down, he dove and made a sliding, diving catch for out number 2. So with 2 away, here's C.J. Lavalvo. Inside fastball, ball 1. Well, now you're starting to see some high schoolers show up with their uniforms, so I'm going to guess that might have an early high school game, so that might nix the old doubleheader idea. As they must be playing maybe a 4:30 or 5 o'clock ball game. The Van Vandals. Swing and a miss. Boy, way out in front of that pitch. 2 balls, 1 strike. Lavalvo trying to hit a 7-run homer there. Two outs, 2-1 count. The pitch. Outside corner, and Lavalvo didn't like the call. Swings away from the home plate umpire in disgust, kind of talking to himself up there. A 2-2 from Cooper Rawls. Swing and a miss, struck him out. Well, I'll tell you what, it's not what you want to do if you're a catcher. Because guess what C.J. Lavalvo is going to have to do? He's going to have to put that gear on and go back and sit right in front of Mr. Umpire there. He walks back to the dugout muttering and screaming to himself and kind of directing some energy back towards the home plate umpire. But that'll do it. The Bears get 1 run on 1 hit. They leave a guy on. We'll go to the top of the 6th inning. The Apaches lead it 8-1. Welcome back to Mike Carter Field. Apaches lead this one 8-1. We're in the top of the 6th inning. The Apaches, the visitors here in Game 2 of the series. 8 runs on 6 hits. Brookhaven just scored their first run. 1 run on 5 hits for the Bears. First pitch misses to Jacoby Bogue. 9-1-2 for the Apaches here in the 6th inning. Bogue 0 for 1. And it got him. That ball just grazed him. And so in 5 of the 6 innings, the Apaches have gotten their leadoff batter aboard. Back to the top you go. Heath Hood for the 4th time today. 1 for 3. He has scored 2 of the 8 runs for the Apaches. Well, now your number is 3 runs to shorten the game. There goes the runner, throw to second, and he's safe. So a stolen base for Jacoby Bogue. So Hood, now with a runner in scoring position, nobody out. Here's the pitch. Ball's well hit, right center. This is trouble. Whitaker on his horse, can't get there. 1 hops the fence. Bogue is going to be sent home. RBI Hood. That ball was well hit into the right center gap. Whitaker got on his horse, but he could not catch up with it. And so it's 9-1. Well, now it is an 8-run lead, so this is now officially a run rule game if this score holds. And, of course, the Apaches, if they score 2 more runs, you could shorten it even more. First pitch is fouled off. No balls and a strike to Eric Owen. Eric Owen is 1 for 3. Struck out swinging. A double to left field in the 3rd inning, and he was called out on batter interference his last time at the plate. Eric Anfin on the mound for the Bears. Here's the 0-1. That's going to miss low. 1 ball, 1 strike. 1-1 pitch, and now Anfin's going to use the inside move. Ground ball, shortstop. You're going to go to third to throw in time. Not a good base running decision by Heath Hood. General rule is you don't go if that ball is in front of you, and he is thrown out on the 6-5. So Owen will reach on the fielder's choice. Here's Michael Morissette. Morissette on the day, 1 for 2. He has scored a run and driven one in. Walk back in the third. Now time called, and that's going to be all. We're going to have a pitching change. And just like that, the Bears going to go to their bullpen. Back in a minute with the new pitcher. All right, the new pitcher is a left-handed freshman from Missouri City, Texas, out of Elkins High School, Cordell Hippolyte. 1-2 on the year with a 5.93 ERA. 18th appearance of the year. 27 1/3 innings pitched. 33 strikeouts, 20 walks for the freshman from Missouri City, Texas, Cordell Hippolyte. 1 out, 1 aboard for the Apaches. Morissette at the plate. Left-on-left matchup here. There goes Owen. You throw to second, and he's safe. A stolen base. So Eric Owen, steal number 29 of the year. Actually, number 30. He had one earlier today. Owen has now stolen 30 bases on the season. 9-1 Apaches, top of the sixth. They've already scored 1 run in the inning. And they are trying to shorten this game. And that pitch is inside part of the plate. 0-2 on the sophomore first baseman. Fiver Trimble waits on deck. Morris had an RBI single to right his last time up. 1 for 2 on the day. Here's the 0-2 pitch from Hippolyte. Fly ball left field. This is in play and just foul. That ball drifted. And the last moment, Chase Koss gave a dive for it, but the ball ended up being about 6 or 8 feet foul down the left field line. The Van Vandals are now in the ballpark, and I'm going to guess they have maybe it would be a 5 o'clock start, 4:30 maybe. But they are in uniform. They're red and white jerseys down there. Waiting on this one to end so they can tee up their own playoff game. 0-2 pitch. Line drive, left field. That's going to go foul into the bullpen area for the Bears. (9-1) is our score. 9-7-1 for the Apaches. 1-5-4 for the Bears. (0-2) count on Morissette. Hippolyte from the stretch. And the pitch. Boy, just missed. Morissette gets the call. 1 ball, 2 strikes. 1 out in the inning. The Apaches trying to add to an 8-run advantage here. We're in the top of the 6th inning. Apaches, the visitors here in the second game of the series. That ball missed inside, fastball. And it's 2 balls and 2 strikes. Apaches have scored in every inning except the 5th. 1 in the first, 2 in the second, 4 in the third, 1 in the fourth, 1 more here in the 6th. Bears have scored 1 in the 5th inning. That's it. 9-1 is our score. The pitch missed inside. It's a full count on Michael Morissette. Morissette leads the club in walks. 33 on the year, and he's got another one today, so 34. 3-2 pitch. Ball 4, and there's the second walk of the game from Morissette. It's the first walk since back in the 3rd inning. First walk for Cordell Hippolyte. It puts a second runner on with still only 1 out. Here is Fiver Trimble. He's been swinging a hot bat. In today's ball game, he's 0 for 3. Hit a double and a home run yesterday. First pitch to Fiver. High pop-up, right side, out of play. And it's 0-1. One out in the inning. Fiver grounded out to short, struck out swinging, and grounded out to second. Of course, in yesterday's ball game, a solo homer to left and a double to left. He scored a couple of runs as well in the 8-7 Apache loss. Hippolyte from the stretch. Here's the 0-1. Off the plate. 1 ball, 1 strike. Now, this is a dangerous stretch of batters here for Cordell Hippolyte, freshman from Missouri City, out of Elkins High School. Trimble swinging a hot bat, as is Vega, who waits on deck. Here's the 1-1. Off the plate, 2-1. Well, you got another right-hander tossing in that Bear bullpen. So we may not have seen the last of the relief pitching today for Brookhaven. That pitch is in there, called a strike. 2 balls, 2 strikes on Fiver Trimble. One out here in the 6th inning. Tyler leads at 9-1. Here's the pitch. Fly ball, well hit, left center field. This is high and deep, and this is gone. 3-run home run by Fiver Trimble, and that will produce a run rule lead, and Brookhaven now will have to score in their half of the 6th as Fiver Trimble hits his 2nd homer in as many games in this series. A 3-run shot over the wall in left center. It's 12-1 Apaches, and that is all for Cordell Hippolyte. New pitcher on the way to the mound. We'll let you know who that is in just a minute. 12-1 Apaches. All right, the new pitcher is Trent Clark, right-end freshman from Navasota, Texas, 6 foot 181. And I'll give you some numbers on Clark. Clark is 1-0 on the year with a 3.90 ERA, 17th appearance for the freshman. Does have 3 saves to his credit, 27 2/3 innings pitched, 32 strikeouts, and 20 walks. For the freshman right-hander from Navasota, Texas, Trent Clark. He'll take over for Cordell Hippolyte. Cordell Hippolyte faced 2 batters, walked a batter, and gave up a 3-run homer to Fiver Trimble. And so now it's Trent Clark's turn. And here's Miguel Vega with an opportunity. With the bases clear and 1 out. 4 runs in the inning for the Apaches. They lead 12-1. First pitch off the plate. 1 ball, no strikes. Well, the Bears won the opener yesterday by a score of 8-7. The Apaches have come roaring back here. And the Bats have shown up in a big way. Big swing by Vega, fouls it straight back. And we have a new catcher back there. Jace Jones is back behind the plate. I don't know if you... Okay, so I don't know when they made that switch. Maybe when... Okay, so Jones now behind the plate. We saw him yesterday. That pitch is off the plate. So Lavalvo now out of the ball game. Here's the 2-1. Off the plate, 3-1. Well, we'll have to keep you updated. And I don't know, you'll have to keep yourself updated on what's going to happen with this third game should this score hold. Game is scheduled for 1 o'clock tomorrow. And we're supposed to get some pretty heavy rain through the area right on top of that game time. So there was some talk before today's game, unofficially, about possibly moving tomorrow's game up earlier to try to beat the rain. There are high school playoff games after a 1 o'clock start would go. So the window is, I don't know, tomorrow's weather will just kind of keep all of us on our toes. Fly ball right field. Marcus drifts back, makes the easy catch. And there's out number 2. F9 if you're scoring at the house. That'll bring up the third baseman, Ty Meisner. Meisner 1 for 2, a 2 RBI double back in the third inning. He flew out to center field his last time up. Well, the top 6 batters have been super productive for Coach Wren today. All 12 runs have come from the first 6 spots in the lineup. Well, except for Bogue. Jacoby Bogue has scored 1 run. So 7 of the 9 batters in the lineup have scored. High pop-up. This should end the inning. This is Alcala at shortstop. Camped under it. Makes the catch for the final out. That will do it, but the Apaches, 4 big runs on 2 hits. The big blow, a 3-run homer off the bat of Fiver Trimble. And Brookhaven now needs to score. They got to score at least 2 runs to keep this game going. It's 12-1 Apaches. Back in a minute on ApacheAthletics.com. Base hit off the bat of Ruben Alcala. We've been waiting for him to break it out. He came into the series the most celebrated hitter by either club, 440 average. Almost hits the umpire, and it's a base hit for Alcala to lead off the sixth inning. The Bears need at least 2 runs here to keep this game going. And here's Tristan Marcus. Nobody out and 1 aboard in the bottom of the 6th inning. First pitch in there, strike 1. Cooper Rawls trying to go complete game here. Started the inning with 69 pitches through 5 innings of work. Super efficient for Rawls. 0-1 pitch. This is a little looper into right field. Trimble drifts over, makes the catch, and there's 1 away. A 10-pitch first inning, 21-pitch second inning, 16 in the third, 7-pitch fourth inning, 15 in the fifth inning. Cooper Rawls has struck out 5 Bears, and I'm looking back here. He has not walked a Bear yet, giving up 6 hits. Boy, that ball got away from Cade Watson. A wild pitch moves the runner to second base. So the Bears need a couple of runs here to keep the ball game alive. The playoff rule in the NJCAA is 10 after 5, 8 after 7. And by all indications, that's how we're going to play this today. So they need to score 2 here, or the game would be over. Just missed off the plate. 2 balls and no strikes. Well, looks like the other team is here. Spring Hill, the blue guys. So it's red versus blue in the high school playoff game after this one. 2-0, the pitch. Swing and a miss. Big hack there by Wagner. Wagner 1 for 2 on the day. And he came into the ball game with a 381 average. This Bear team, very capable of putting up some crooked numbers in a hurry. We saw that yesterday. A 3-run inning and a 4-run inning. But Cooper Rawls has been tough on the Bear lineup. And Wagner steps out of the box shaking his head, frustrated at the pitch. I'm sure frustrated as much as anything about the score on the scoreboard. It's been all Apaches here today. Rawls fires that fastball in, and Wagner, bulling his neck down there, steps out of the box. Two balls, 2 strikes, 1 away. Cooper Rawls trying to finish what he started. The pitch. Chopper foul. That's going to go right toward the Brookhaven dugout. Count will stay 2-2. Rawls from the stretch. The pitch. Swing and a miss. Struck him out. Good breaking pitch. And Wagner with a look back to home plate. There's 2 outs. That's strikeout number 6 for Cooper Rawls, and he's 1 out away from getting the Apaches into a winner-take-all game tomorrow. Brookhaven won game 1 yesterday, 8-7. The Apaches on the verge of winning game 2 here. They lead at 12-1. First pitch swinging, fouls it straight back. Bryson Jolly stepping in, 1 for 2. Jolly has swung it well in this series. He was a pinch hitter yesterday, stepped in off the bench in the 7th, and drilled a double to right. Today, single to left and a liner to second. 0-1 pitch from Cooper Rawls. Foul ball off of the leg of Jolly. Now you're down to your last strike here. Twelve, 8-1 for the Apaches. 1-6-4 for the Brookhaven Bears. We're in the bottom of the 6th. 2 outs, 1 aboard. Bryson Jolly at the plate. Here's the pitch. Misses low. Good block by Watson. Apache's looking for win number 41 of the season. Here's the pitch. Fouls it straight back, and we'll do it again. You know, we started this at right at 1 o'clock sharp, looking at right at 2 hours and 15 minutes. Rawls from the set position. The 1-2 pitch, little looper into center. This is going to fall in. The runner's going to be sent home, and it's 12-2. So an RBI single as Jolly continues to swing a hot bat for the Bears. And not unlike yesterday's game, any concession here would be to not go quietly into the Friday night here for the Bears. You try to go down swinging. And now with Jolly at first, you got to find a way to get him across the plate to extend the ball game. Chase Koss steps in. 0 for 2. He struck out swinging, flew out to left field. And Cooper Rawls from this stretch, first pitch is in there, strike one. Chase Koss on the year, 256 hitter, 8 doubles, 4 homers, 22 RBI. For the Bear left fielder, made some important defensive plays late in the game yesterday, preserved the Bear win. Made 2 really good throws to the plate on back-to-back plays in the 8th inning. The second one was an out, an assist at the plate. There's a ground ball left side, base hit, so the Bears staying alive here as Koss knocks one through the 6-hole. And here is Jordan Whitaker. Whitaker doubled his last time up. And looking down there, and it looks like nobody up in that Tyler bullpen, so Coach Rubenthal, in normal situations, you think he might make a visit here, but this time it's Cade Watson making a visit. Try to just slow things down and give Cooper maybe a breather. It is a hot day, and I promise on that turf it's even hotter. Last check, it was 80 degrees. We were supposed to get to 85 today. And that turf just swallows that heat up and radiates it back right in the players' faces. Breaking pitch, and Whitaker just does get a piece. It's 83 degrees now as we're moving towards a high of 85 today here in the East Texas area. 0-1 to Whitaker. Rawls from the stretch, the pitch. Line shot, and that's a fair ball. And that's going to score a run, and we'll have more baseball in front of us. A second run's going to be sent home. Here's the throw to the plate, and not in time. A 2-run double by Jordan Whitaker. And just like that, boy, here come the Bears. Ball was well hit, and we talked about them being able to score runs in bunches. And it's 12-4. So we will play on here. The Apaches were, the Bears, I believe, were down to their last strike at least once in this sequence. And they have strung together 3 hits in a row, and it's 12-4. First pitch is off the plate to the leadoff hitter, Sergio Escueda. He singled his last time up. Foul ball out of play. And well, you can't help but believe this and just observe that this Brookhaven bunch is a scrappy group of ball players. They found their way out of the losers bracket last weekend and down to their last strike here in this inning. Have strung together 3 hits in a row, 4 in the inning. And they have scored 3 runs to extend the ball game. Ground ball to the third base and gets through Meisner. It's 12-5. Well, that's an error. Meisner just pulled his glove up too early. And Whitaker scores. And the inning continues. That's 8. This will be the 8th bat of the inning, and you still got no one in the bullpen, but now you're going to get somebody going there as Coach Rippenthal will take the long, slow walk out to the mound. We'll take a break. It's 12-5. The Brookhaven Bears, their bats have come alive here in the 6th inning, and Coach Rippenthal out there to have a chat. Back in just a minute. Well, having been here before as a coach, it's a challenging situation to think about. One, do you want to get another guy up and hot right now? You were just a pitch away from the ball game being over, and the Bears, to their credit, have come racing back here, putting 3 hits together with 2 outs in the inning. RBI single by Jolly, a single by Koss, and then a 2 RBI double by Whitaker. And now you got McGinty at the plate with Escueda at first base. I wouldn't be surprised if you maybe try to steal him here. Line drive, base hit, left field. The inning continues. We saw this yesterday out of this Bear club. They had a couple of 2-out rallies, and they're doing it again today. Backs against the wall, and you got 2 on, and I don't know who's that's throwing down there. So Mitchell Lee is getting hot down in that Tyler bullpen, and that's going to be all for Cooper Rawls. So it looks like Mitchell Lee's on his way to the mound. We'll give you some numbers on Mitchell when we return. All right, the new pitcher is Mitchell Lee, and leads 6'5" and 240, right-hand sophomore out of Orange, Texas, Little Cypress, Mauriceville. And for Mitchell Lee, he is 1-1 on the year with a 4.00 ERA. For Mitchell Lee, his 20th appearance of the season. He has started 2 ball games. 27 innings pitched for Lee, 37 strikeouts, 17 walks. And stepping in now is the 9th batter of the inning, Jace Jones. First at bat for the replacement catcher. Lavalvo was removed from the game last half inning. And that hit him. First pitch off the leg. The bases will be loaded. Well, there's still a lot of baseball in front of us, and the Bears are not going to go quietly. And, boy, you got your secondary catcher in the game. You wonder if Brookhaven's got a third catcher, because if Jones goes down, Lavalvo has already been taken out of this game. Coach Raines out there to make sure that Jones is okay. Seems to be okay over at first base. The 10th batter of the inning is Ruben Alcala, their best hitter. It's a dangerous at bat right here for the Apaches. That ball's hit the center field, base hit. One run's in. Here comes the second run. It's 12. Two RBI single, and the inning that would never end for the Apaches. What an inning by the Brookhaven Bears. They've done all the damage with 2 outs. They have now scored 6 runs in the inning. And here's Tristan Marcus for the second time. Alcala has 2 hits in the inning. First pitch off the plate, ball 1. Well, a 6-run bottom of the 6th inning, all with 2 outs. And we have a brand new ball game. We still got a lot of baseball to play. Tip your cap to this Bear Club. They were down to their last strike in a run rule game. And they have strung together 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 hits, a hit batter, and an error. And in process have scored 6 runs, all with 2 outs. And what could have been a complete game win for Cooper Rawls has turned into a comeback story here for the Bears. And Mitchell Lee had to get ready in a hurry. Not sure he was completely loose when he came into this ball game. He threw a couple of balls back to the screen in his warm-ups. And he has not been close here. It's 2-0 on Marcus. I'm sorry. Yeah, Marcus draws the walk. It was 3-0. And the inning continues. The bases are loaded once again. First walk for Mitchell Lee. And that's the first walk for Tyler pitching today. Here's Wagner. Bases loaded. 2 outs. Off the plate, ball 1. Nowhere to put Wagner here. If Wagner catches one, we'd be in a 1-run ball game. The 1-0 pitch in there for a strike. It's 1-1. Wagner's got 8 home runs on the year. So he's capable of taking one out of here. The 1-1 pitch. Way inside, almost got him. Boy, I don't know. You want to take one for the team there. Trying to come from behind. Now, hot-hitting Bryson Chowley waits on deck. Here's the 2-1. Way inside again. 3-1. That's 2 pitches in a row. Mitchell Lee almost hit the batter. You got nowhere to put Wagner here. You'll probably be taking this pitch. And you have reawoken this Bear crowd. Looper into left, base hit. 1 run will score. Alcala will be sent home. Here's the throw to the plate. And not in time. And it's 12-9. the Bears come roaring back here in the 6th inning. And their fans are energized, and well, they should be. And here comes Coach Rippenthal. And has he made the move to the pen yet? Yeah, we're going to have a new arm. We'll let you know who the new pitcher is in just a minute. Score's 12-9. We're still in the bottom of the 6th. All right, the new Tyler pitcher is Sean Beasley. They have gone to their closer here. And they're asking Beasley to possibly throw a 3-inning save here. And that has big implications for not only this game, but possibly a game tomorrow. It's the last thing that Coach Rippenthal wanted to do was to have to burn 2 more pitchers here in a game that you were down to your last strike. Couldn't quite finish the deal, and the Bears, to their credit, have brought 12 batters to the plate with 2 outs. They have scored all 8 of these runs with 2 outs. Here's Bryson Jolly, and he might be the hottest Bear in the lineup. Came off the bench yesterday and doubled, and he's got 2 hits today. A couple of singles, bases. First, runners at first and second with 2 away. First pitch from Beasley. In there for a strike. It's 0-1. Well, big hit after big hit in this sequence for the Bears. Ocala had a 2 RBI single, as did Wagner. The 0-1. Off the plate. 1 ball, 1 strike. Jolly is up for the second time in the inning. He had an RBI single his last time up earlier this inning. And now the Bears have out-hit the Apaches 12-8. They still trail in the run column 12-9. So still a 3-run lead for the Apaches. But they find themselves in quite the dogfight now. It was 12-1 when this inning started. The 1-2 pitch from Beasley off the plate. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Can you believe it? If Jolly catches one here, we're tied. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Beasley from the set, the pitch. And Jolly fouls it off. This is what we've seen all series from these Bear hitters. With 2 strikes, they battle, and they find a way to find a hole out there. They scored 8 runs yesterday, and they've come back today and scored 9 more. Apaches lead at 12-9, bottom of the 6th. Check swing, thought he went, and it's called a swinging strike. So that'll end the inning. 7 strikeout. And not sure that third base coach ran all the way to home plate. And Coach Raines has given him an earful as well. I thought he might have gone, but Coach Raines doesn't like the call, and he better watch out. He's giving that guy an earful. But what an inning by the Bears. 8 runs in the inning. They bring a total of 13 batters to home plate. And let's see in the inning. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 hits in the inning. 8 runs. They leave 2 on, and we will go to the 7th. It's a brand new ball game. Your score for Mike Carter, Tyler 12, Brookhaven 9. Well, the Apaches now will try to recapture some momentum as an 8-run bottom of the 6th inning has created a brand new ball game here at Mike Carter Field. First pitch in there, strike 1 to Jacob Johnson, 7, 8, and 9. Trent Clark, the freshman from Navasota, back on the hill for the Bears. 0-1 pitch. Ground ball up the middle, base hit. Well, we might be here a while. The Apaches come right back and get their leadoff batter aboard. 6 of the 7 innings, the Apaches have gotten their leadoff batter on. And here is Cade Watson. So now you might think about a sacrifice bunt right here. Get that lead back out there. Maybe play add-on baseball. Watson at the plate. 1 for 3. There is the bunt right back to the mound. He goes to second. Gets him. I didn't think he had any chance. And to his credit, I don't know who made the call. It might have been Jace Jones, the catcher, but Trent Clark throws a strike to the shortstop, Alcala, and they get the lead runner. It's 1-6 on the fielder's choice, and there's 1 away. Here's Jacoby Bogue. Got hit by a pitch his last time up. Bogue is 0 for 1. First pitch in there, strike 1, and Bogue. Now you got the Apache hitters kind of shaking their head with balls and strikes. And both dugouts not happy with Mr. Home Plate Umpire at the moment. Here's the 0-1. Fly ball, center field, plenty of room for Whitaker, and he'll make the catch for out number 2. F8 if you're scoring at the house. With 2 outs, back to the top you go, Heath Hood. A couple of hits for Heath Hood today, a single back in the 4th inning and an RBI double in the 6th. Boy, the tone of this game has totally changed, and they got the runner, a pickoff, and that'll create even more momentum for the Bears. Cade Watson got caught napping at first base, and Trent Clark snapped the pickoff over there and picked him off. And it'll be a quick inning for the Apaches, and the Bears will be right back at it. It's time to stretch it out at the ballpark. 12-9, Tyler leads it. Back in just a minute on ApacheAthletics.com. Welcome back to Tyler, Texas. First pitch of the innings. Ball 1 to Chase Koss. 1 for 3 on the day is Koss. This is Sean Beasley on the mound for the Apaches. And that's going to miss low, 2-0. And I can tell you right now that Brookhaven dugout energized after the pickoff of Cade Watson. Not to speak of the 8-run inning they put up last inning. Ground ball to Bogut short. He rifles it over, 1 away. So 6-3 if you're scoring at the house. 1 up, 1 down here in the 7th. Bottom of the 7th, with the Bears being the home team today, they're going to get the last crack at things. Here's Jordan Whitaker. He's doubled his last 2 times to the plate. Well, we've heard from Miss Rhonda Owenga, rooting for those Apaches, from Overton, Texas, earlier in the ball game. Appreciate her shouting out to me. First pitch to Whitaker's in there for a strike. Swing and a miss. It's quickly 0-2. Well, you're trying to capture some. This is a definite game of momentum as the Apaches are reeling right now after an 8-run 6th inning and a pickoff with 2 outs. To end the top of the 7th. 1-2 pitch, ground ball to Bogue at short, backhands it, throws it across, and there's 2 away. So 2 up and 2 down as Bogue fields a couple of those cleanly. And stepping in now is the leadoff hitter, Sergio Escueda. Escueda 1 for 4 on the day. First pitch misses, ball 1. Singled back in the 5th inning. Reached on an error last inning and scored a run. Just missed off the plate. 2 balls and no strikes. Nope. This could be a challenging last couple innings for Mr. Home Plate umpires. Both sides. There's a lot at stake in this ball game. If Brookhaven wins, they're on to the World Series, and possibly the Apache season would end. If the Apaches win, then we'd play tomorrow in a winner-take-all ball game, and it's a walk to leadoff hitter Escueda. And just the second walk of the game for Tyler pitching. And here's Chris McGinty now. McGinty 1 for 3 with a sac fly, RBI, and a run scored. Big swing, fouls it straight back. No balls and a strike. Two outs in the inning. I gotta believe you're going to turn Escueda loose here. Not going on this pitch. In there for a strike. Boy, I don't know. Some of these Bear batters, you gotta. One observation I've made here is they wear their emotions on their sleeves. They are not afraid to let the umpire know that he's missing some calls, or at least they think he's missing some calls. Check swing, and that ball is going to trickle foul. And McGinty will come back with another chance, 0-2. And a number of hitters today step out of the box and kind of, sometimes umpires are human. You better be careful. That strike zone sometimes gets a little wider when you got bad body language towards the home plate umpire. I've seen the same thing for a couple of the Apache hitters as well. McGinty fouls that one off. We saw a number of these at bats yesterday and a couple of them today. These Bear hitters scratch and claw their way to get a pitch they can handle. And we've seen them do it in both of these games with 2 outs. 0-2, the pitch. Misses high, fastball, and it's 1 ball, 2 strikes. Well, by rule, the umpire does not have to let Mr. McGinty step out of that batter's box every pitch like he likes to do. 1-2 pitch. Ground ball right back to Beasley off his glove, and Owen will pick it up, step on second, and that's the end of the inning. So they'll actually go 1-4 U. That will end the bottom of the 7th. We'll go to the 8th. And your score is 12-9 Apaches. Back in a minute on ApacheAthletics.com. Welcome back to Christus Trinity Mother Francis Mike Carter Field. Dr. John Groth with you. Top of the 8th inning. The Apaches, the visitors in Game 2 here in the series. And it's the top of the lineup. Keith Hood up there for the 5th time today. A couple of hits in 4 plate appearances. A single back in the 4th, a double in the 6th. First pitch in there, strike 1. So somebody's... Kyren, where he's watching. Kyren Lewis watching. There's a ground ball just foul down the third base line. Boy, very close. Boy, that's one of the tougher calls for that umpire. He's got to decide when that ball goes over the corner of the third base bag, or if it does at all. Because if it goes over the top of that bag, that's a fair ball. Does not have to hit in fair territory beyond third base. So Hood back to the batter's box with an 0-2 count. So big shout out to Kyren Lewis watching. Might be in school watching, I don't know. But next pitch popped up right side out of play. And count will stay no balls and 2 strikes. 12-9-2 for the Apaches. 9-12-4 for the Brookhaven Bears. We're in the top of the 8th inning. Heath Hood battling with an 0-2 count against Trent Clark, the freshman from Navasota. Here's the next 0-2 offering. Off the plate, 1 ball, 2 strikes. Brookhaven has replaced their catcher, Jace Jones, behind the dish now. Everybody else is has started. Here's the 1-2. Misses low. 2 balls, 2 strikes. The Bears were down to their last strike with 2 outs in the 6th inning in a 12-1 game, and they proceeded to score 8 runs with 2 outs. And that's where we stand now. Neither team could score in the 7th. It's 12-9. The pitch. Swing and a foul tip struck him out. So Hood, a strikeout victim to lead off the 8th. And in 8 innings of baseball, it's just the 2nd time the Apaches have not gotten their leadoff runner on. And that is just the 2nd strikeout of the ball game for Bear pitching. Here's Eric Owen. Owen with a double and a run scored back in the 3rd. First pitch off the plate, ball 1. Owen is struck out, called out on batter interference, and grounded out or into a fielder's choice, 6-5. 1-0 pitch, check swing, called a strike. 1 ball, 1 strike. And Brookhaven has grabbed onto the momentum of this ball game. The 1-1. Fouled off to the right side. We'll do it with a 1-2 count. Tyler was 1 strike away from run ruling the Bears with a 12-1 score, and Bryson Jolly at the plate. And he singled to center field. Driving in Alcala off the plate. 2 balls and 2 strikes. And that began the onslaught. A single by Koss, a double by Whitaker, an error at third base, another single by McGinty, a hit batter, another single by Alcala, another single by Wagner, and it was an 8-run 6th inning. Talked to Coach Wren on the pregame show that Tyler needed to avoid a big inning. And really, all things considered in that inning, most of those runs were earned by the Bears. There's the 1 error by Meisner at third base, but other than that, everything else was base hit, base hit. 3-2 pitch. High fly ball, center field. Whitaker drifting back. Got room and makes the catch for the second out. We just got under that ball. And with 2 outs, here's first baseman Mike Morissette.
First baseman, 19, Michael Morissette.
Morissette's 1 for 2. He's walked twice. RBI single back in the 4th inning. And they're going to put the shift on, even though Morissette yesterday, his first at bat of the game, rifled one into left field. First pitch is in there. It's 0-1. Freshman from Navasota, Trent Clark, on the mound for the Bears. Well, you've got some work to do here. The Bears have 6 outs to work with. But that 8-run 6th inning has still got them with the momentum in this game. 1-1 pitch. Called a strike. It's 1-2. Well, you got a couple of high school squads going to do battle after this one. I'm not sure where they went. They both disappeared. Not in the cages. Here's the 1-2. Ground ball to second. This should do it. Escueda flips it to first, and that's your inning. 4-3 if you're scoring at the house. 3 up, 3 down, nothing across. You go to the bottom of the 8th inning. Tyler holds on to a 3-run lead. It's 12-9. Welcome back to Tyler. Cordell Hippolyte just became the cheerleader for the Bears. He got the Bear crowd going. Grabbed his shirt and started swirling it around and ran in front of the crowd, getting them going a little bit. As Mr. Umpire is going to asking the Bears to stay in the dugout. Sean Beasley fires strike one. And the batter is Jace Jones, second at bat of the game. He got hit by a pitch his first time up. Check swing off the plate. It's 1-1 strike. Jones replaced Lavalvo in the 6th inning. Beasley, the windup, the pitch. Swing and a miss. It's 1-2. Beasley came on with 2 outs in the 6th inning. He's been in there ever since. And nobody else tossing in that bullpen. 1-2. Swing and a miss. Struck him out. Beasley looking very comfortable out there. And for Beasley, trying to see here. Second strikeout for Beasley. Unofficially, 8 strikeouts for Bear hitting. Here's Ruben Alcala, 2 for 2 in his last 2 at-bats. First pitch misses, ball 1. 2 for 4 in the ball game. He struck out in the second inning and lined out to right field in the third. He got up twice in that 6th inning, and he was 2 for 2 in the inning. Off the plate, 2 balls and no strikes. Beasley thought it was a strike, and the Apache dugout is given. So home plate umpire is going to warn the Tyler dugout about arguing for balls and strikes. Not sure what the official rule is if they keep barking here. I guess it's possible Coach Wren would get ejected, but that was a warning to the Tyler dugout. And Mr. Umpire steps aside and writes things down here. Swing and a miss. 2-1. Big hack right there by Alcala. Alcala with the gaudy numbers offensively for the Bears. Comes in 440 average, 11 home runs, and 80 RBI. 2-1 pitch. Misses inside. 3-1. Leading the country in RBI is this young man. 3-1 pitch. And big hack fouls it into the Brookhaven dugout, third base side. And the count goes full. 1 out, nobody aboard. Bottom of the 8th. Brookhaven has come storming back. They were down to their last strike in a 12-1 game. It's now 12-9. Beasley with the windup, the pitch. Missed inside, ball 4. And Cade Watson giving some bad body language right there. That's not going to help the cause. He walks halfway to Beasley. Thought he had strike 3, but it was called ball 4. So with 1 out and 1 aboard, here's Tristan Marcus. Marcus, 1 for 3. He walked his last time up. First pitch, going to miss outside, ball 1. Beasley from the stretch. The 1-0 pitch misses high and away. 2-0. And the Tyler fans, the Tyler dugout, frustrated at the balls and strikes. Ground ball, first base side, foul. 2 balls and a strike. Alcala at first base. Bottom of the 8th with 1 out. Tristan Marcus, the right fielder, the sophomore, with a 2-1 count. The pitch misses outside, 3-1. Twelve, 9-2 for Tyler. 9, 12, and 4 for the Bears. 3-1 pitch. Swing and a foul tip. And it's a 3-2 count for the second batter in a row. Sean Beasley has been out there on that mound since 2 outs in the 6th inning. We're 1 out here in the 8th. Hasn't quite worked 2 full innings yet. Here's the full count pitch. Ball 4. And again, Cade Watson walking out to the mound. And not sure that's helping the cause here. So back-to-back walks brings the tying run to the plate. 4th walk of the game for Tyler pitching. 3rd walk for Sean Beasley. And here's Brett Wagner, 2 RBI single his last time up. It's 2 for 4 in the ball game. Big hack by Wagner. Fouls it straight back. It's 0-1. Well, you got Meisner playing deep at 3rd. Bogue playing for that double play up the middle. 0-1. Fly ball center field. Johnson got a beat on it, makes the catch. The runner will step on second and tag, and he'll get there. So it's an F8. Pretty well hit ball off the bat of Wagner. But heads up base running by Alcali realized he had a chance to get over to 3rd, and he did so. So runners in the corners with 2 away for Bryson Jolly. He struck out his last time up. He's got a couple of hits in the ballgame. First pitch, line drive to left field, and Hood runs it down for the final out. Well hit ball by Jolly. L7 in my book. And the Apaches dodge a bullet here in the 8th. Score remains 12-9 as we head to the 9th inning. Back in just a minute on ApacheAthletics.com. Well, you wouldn't expect anything less from the 2 teams that are playing in this 3-game series. Brookhaven navigated a tough route last weekend down at Coastal Bend as they opened up their weekend by beating Cedar Valley in a 1-run game 6-5. They lost a 1-run game to Coastal 7-6, putting them in the loser's bracket. And they beat Cedar Valley 10-7. And then they beat Coastal in the first championship game 10-7. And then they came from behind in the 9th inning. And in their 5th ball game, defeated Coastal 8-7. And the Apaches had a little different route. They won 3 games and were moving on to this series. So 2 good clubs and are doing battle here. In Game 2 of this 3-game series, the Apaches have the upper hand as we go to the 9th. 12-9, and it's Fiver Trimble taking ball 1. Trimble, Vega, and Meisner, 4, 5, and 6 for Tyler. Way inside. 2 balls and no strikes. Trent Clark came on with 1 out in the 6th inning. And he's been in there ever since as well. So pretty good outing for the freshman from Navasota. Fiver with a 2-0 count. Here's the pitch. And you knew he was going to get a hack at it, and he pulled it way foul. Second time today, he's hit a ball way foul. For a strike, it's 2-1. Top of the ninth inning, the Apaches, the visiting team on the scoreboard here in Game 2 of the series. The Bears will have the last crack at things here as Trimble fouls another pitch away. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Nobody on, nobody out. We're in the top of the ninth. Apaches had a 12-1 lead in the 6th, and with 2 outs, Brookhaven put 8 runs on the board. Ground ball to short. Alcala with the big hop throws to first, and there's 1 away. That will bring up Miguel Vega. Vega has scored a couple of times. He singled back in the 2nd inning. Reached on an error and has flown out to right field his last 2 times up. We'll wrap this ball game up after it ends, and we will try to get some word. I put some word down to the dugout to see if we can get any kind of information on what the coaches agreed to if Tyler holds on and wins this game, what the plan would be for tomorrow. Vega chases a high fastball. 1 ball, 1 strike. We may have to go off the air and just encourage all the folks that are watching here to keep an eye on the internet, as we got some pretty heavy rain moving through tomorrow, scheduled for game time. We're supposed to play at 1 o'clock. And there was some talk that we may... there's a fly ball. This is... thought it was trouble, but running it down is Tristan Marcus, almost in center field. Right fielder ran all the way over to center to make the catch. So 2 up, 2 down. And here's Ty Meisner. We'll try to get you some information if we get it before we go off the air. But if we don't, just keep an eye on the internet. You may want to check the ApacheAthletics.com website. Or if you have a family member, a player, or someone who's here locally for this series, you may want to get with them and see. There's probably a chance they'll change the schedule a little bit. There's a ground ball to short. Alcala throws across. It's a 1-2-3 ninth inning. Nice job by Trent Clark in relief for the Bears. And you're down to your last 3 chances here if you're a Brookhaven fan. You're down 3. You go to the bottom of the 9th. You need 3 to tie and 4 to walk them off. They will bring 8, 9, and 1 to the plate. Koss, Whitaker, and then Escueda. Back in a minute on ApacheAthletics.com. Welcome back to Christus Trinity Mother Francis Mike Carter Field. Dr. John Groth with you. Bottom of 9. Tyler leads at 12-9. Chase Koss will lead it off. First pitch misses inside, ball 1. 8-9-1 for the Bears. They need some base runners here. They want to have a chance to come back and win this ball game. High chopper foul down the third base line, and it's 1 ball and 1 strike. Koss is 1 for 4 on the day. A strikeout, a fly ball to left, a single to left, and a ground ball to short. 1-1 pitch misses inside, 2-1. Sean Beasley has been on the mound for the Apaches since the 6th inning. We're in the bottom of the 9th. 2-1 pitch. Swing and a miss, 2-2. Well, I think if the Apaches hold on here, I think Cooper Rawls is going to get the win. And Beasley would be in line for a save here. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Koss. High chopper. Meisner drops the ball. And the leadoff batter is aboard. Ty Meisner commits his 2nd error of the ball game. That was a high chopper. Looked to be a pretty simple play, but Meisner could not secure the baseball. So the leadoff hitter is aboard. And, boy.
Number 2, Ruben Torres.
So Torres, this is a little surprising move here. Whitaker's got 2 doubles in the ball game. He grounded out to short his last time up. But you got Torres, who was 0 for 2 in yesterday's game as the DH, pinch hitting here. So maybe what you're looking for is just an at-bat to get on base. First pitch is in there, strike 1. So Torres will pinch hit for Whitaker here in the bottom of the 9th. The pitch misses inside. 1 ball, 1 strike. Almost hit him. And you got some fans trickling in for this high school game. You got both these high school teams here. You got a lot of people in the ballpark right now. 1-1 pitch. In there for a strike. And it's 1-2. Sean Beasley trying to get what would be a 3 1/3 inning save here. 1-2 pitch from Beasley. That's low. Good block by Watson. And it's 2-2. 1 on, nobody out. Bottom of the 9th. Nobody has scored since the 6th inning. 12 runs were scored in that inning. The Apaches scored 4 in the top and then Bears 8 in the bottom. Fly ball right field should be an out. Fiver Trimble drifts over, makes the catch, and there's 1 away. That's a big out right there. And the Bears will turn their lineup over for the 6th time today. Sergio Escueda, good speed at the plate, is 1 for 4 with a walk and a run scored. First pitch slider called a strike. Inside corner. Sean Beasley trying to allow the Apaches to hold on to this win. Apaches can hold on here. We would play Game 3 tomorrow. Game time to be determined because of the weather here. We'll try to see if we can hang on just a bit after the ball game. Got some people down in that dugout area going to try to get me some information before I go off the air. Big swing and a miss by Escueda. And there's 2 outs in the inning. And for Beasley, strikeout number 4, 5th strikeout of the game. No, that's not right. 9. That's 9 strikeouts for Tyler pitching. And 3 strikeouts for Beasley. First pitch, line drive up the middle, base hit off the bat of Chris McGinty. And the Bears, with 2 outs, are starting to, this is what they do. They wait till 2 outs and then they get it going. So now, would you think any different? Here's Jace Jones, the tying run. And boy, you do your best to keep Ruben Alcala out of that batter's box. Alcala in the on-deck circle. And Jones, I don't know if they're going to pinch hit for Jones here. They're giving him his batting gloves. 2 outs, bottom of the 9th. 2 runners on for Brookhaven. Koss reached on an error by Ty Meisner to lead the game off, or the inning off. A fly ball to right field by pinch hitter Ruben Torres. And a strikeout of Escuedo. And McGinty just singled up the middle with 2 outs. And that brings the tying run to the plate in the person of Jace Jones. First pitch. In there, strike 1. What a job by Sean Beasley. He came on with 2 outs in the 6th inning. He has done yeoman's work out of that bullpen. And he's 1 batter away from securing the save and the win for the Apaches. Fly ball right in trouble. In the corner and just curving foul. Boy, that had double written all over it. And boy, everybody in this ballpark on the edge of their seats when that ball came off the bat. As that ball curved foul, we got a southerly breeze blowing in our face, and that probably helped the cause. So now you're 0-2. Jace Jones at the plate. Both sides excited, trying to keep things going. Beasley trying to send us to Saturday. And the Bears trying to secure a bid to the World Series. They won yesterday 8-7, and they're trying to make a comeback win here in Game 2. 0-2 pitch, and Beasley's going to use the inside move and try to keep the runners honest. 12-9, bottom of the 9th. Brookhaven with 2 on and 2 out. Sean Beasley, the stretch, the pitch. Just off the plate, thought he had strike 3. And Watson, again, showing a lot of emotion there behind the plate. That's not going to help the cause. It's a close pitch, but off the plate by a ball or so. And I'm just not sure that showing the emotion at this point is going to help the cause. Beasley has to go back to work here with a 1-2 count. The pitch. Ground ball up the middle. This should do it. And Owen will step on the bag, and the Apaches have forced a Game 3 for you if you're scoring at the house, and that ends the ball game. As the Apaches hold on for dear life, and there is still life in Apache land, as the Bears are able to come all the way back. They were 1 strike away from being run ruled. And Coach Raines is having words with that home plate umpire. And he's having words with the other umpires as they had to step in there. Not sure what that was all about. And Coach Wren, they're going to talk at home plate about tomorrow. I got to believe they're going to have a discussion here about game time tomorrow. And we'll try to wrap this one up. Let's go back through this one and wrap it up for you. The Apaches opened the scoring back in the 1st inning. And they scored a run without getting a base hit. Heath Hood reached on an error by the second baseman. A couple of errant throws allowed him to come all the way around to score the first run of the ball game. It was 1-0 Apaches. Apaches turned right around in the 2nd inning. A single by Vega, a walk to Meisner, an RBI single by or RBI ground ball with the bases loaded by Watson, and a squeeze bunt by Jacoby Bogue. And it was 3-0 Tyler after 2 complete innings. The Apaches are able to put 4 runs up in the 3rd inning. And it was 7-0 Tyler. A single run in the 4th inning on an RBI single by Morissette made the score 8-0. It was 8-1 after 5. And Brookhaven scored on a sac fly by Chris McGinty. So 8-1, and a 4-run 6th inning made it 12-1 Tyler going to the bottom of the 6th inning. And the Apaches, Cooper Rawls was looking at a complete game win as he had an 11-run lead and could not finish the ball game. As Mitchell Lee came on, the Bears ended up scoring 8 runs in the inning. Lee did not retire a batter, and it was Sean Beasley who came in and finished that inning, but not after the Bears scored 8 runs. All of the runs were scored with 2 outs, so what a rally. And that made it a 12-9 ball game, and that's where we ended. The last 3 innings were nothing but donuts on the board. Zeros for both squads, so what a job by Sean Beasley in relief. And you got to tip your cap to Trent Clark, who also matched the zeros for zeros down the stretch here. And the Bears were able to get some runners on in the late innings, but could not chip away at that 3-run lead. And the final score, Tyler, 12 runs on 9 hits, 2 errors. Brookhaven, 9 runs on 12 hits and 4 errors. Going through the box score for the Apaches. Let's see if we can pull this up. Heath Hood, 2 for 5 on the leadoff spot. Eric Owen, 2 for 5 in the 2-hole. Morris had a couple of hits as well. Fiver Trimble, 1 for 5, but a big 3-run homer that at that point looked like was going to end the ball game. If the Apaches could have secured one more out, we would have run ruled this game in the 6th. But tip your cap to the Brookhaven Bears. They are a scrappy group, and they came fighting back as they've done all season long. And they come back with 8 runs in the 6th inning, and the final was 12-9. Looking back at the Tyler box score, Vega with a couple of hits, Meisner a couple of hits and 2 RBI, and Watson had a couple RBIs in his ball game, even though he went hitless today. So on the box score for the Apaches, a lot of base hits, 9 hits on the day, and Cooper Rawls will end up getting the win in this game. He'll go to 6-3 on the season. Sean Beasley will get the save. Let's see here for him. Let's see here. Trying to see where. Here he goes. Beasley, just 1 save coming in, so that's save number 2 for Beasley. The loss will go to Ryan Harris. He'll drop to 8-6 on the year. And the loss will take the Brookhaven record to 38-25. And more importantly, will tie this series at 1 game apiece. The Apaches' record overall will go to 41-18. And again, more importantly, the series is now tied 1 game apiece. They're having high-level meetings down to home plate. Vice President of Tyler Junior College, Tim Drain, and the athletic director for Brookhaven, and the 2 coaches are down at home plate talking things over with the umpire crew. And I'm hoping that we can get some word up here before we go off the air about what the plan might be. And if not, you're going to have to keep an eye on the internet, because this game tomorrow is scheduled to go on at 1 o'clock, but I think what they're trying to do right here is find out what the schedule is for the playoffs tomorrow here at this field, as Dr. Drain is on his cell phone as we speak. And so we're not sure exactly how that's going to go. Let's look at the offensive box score for the Brookhaven Bears. And they had 1 multi-hit player, Ruben Akala. Ended up going 2 for 5. He has a couple RBIs in the ball game. Wagner got a couple RBIs. On a 2 RBI. Actually, he was multi-hit player as well. He was 2 for 5 on the ball game. So looking at the box score, the Bears actually out-hit the Apaches 13-9. And boy, the big inning. This is almost like yesterday's game in reverse. That big 4-run 6th inning ends up being the difference. Although you got to tip your caps again to the Bears as they came storming back and almost came back in that inning. They scored 8 runs with 2 outs. But from then on, it was zeros from both pitching staffs. And your final score is 12-9 Tyler. Forcing a decisive Game 3 tomorrow. They're going over at home plate what the plan might be. I would encourage you all to hop on the internet later today and see if they've changed anything. Right now, they're all kind of shrugging their shoulders, just trying to make a decision about if they talked about moving tomorrow's game to earlier in the morning to try to beat the rain, because the rain is supposed to move in right about noontime and a 1 o'clock start. With high school playoff games scheduled to be played later that afternoon, it really makes things tight. This field is all tied up on Sunday with club and select ball tournament games. So I can tell right now they're trying to make some tough decisions down there at home plate about when to play Game 3. And it is the deciding game that will decide who goes to the World Series. So you want to try to make it a good environment for everyone involved, but you also have to deal with the facility here and finding out just, what the opportunity to play this game is. They might be, I guess, possibly considering an alternate site. There are some turf fields in the area, White House High School being one of them, so not sure if they're considering that or not, but keep an eye on the internet, and if you got family or friends that are involved with either of these squads, they'll be able to keep you up to speed as to what tomorrow's schedule will be. But for now, we're going off officially at 1 o'clock tomorrow, so we'll try to start the pregame interviews about 15 or probably 20 minutes before the ball game tomorrow. I'm sure both these head coaches will have some comments for me on the pregame interviews. So keep an eye on the internet for game time tomorrow. But that will wrap things up from Christus Trinity Mother Francis Mike Carter Field as the Apaches hold on for a 12-9 victory, and they force a final and decisive game tomorrow here at Mike Carter Field. And so I'm kind of holding off to see if perhaps they make a decision here. I'm supposed to get some word, but it doesn't look like I'm going to. So for the whole athletic department at Tyler Junior College, that includes Captain Chuck Smith, the athletic director, Ms. Kelsey Weeks, the assistant athletic director, Ms. Sherry Hardwood, the administrative assistant, the whole crew back at Wagstaff Gym. A big tip of the cap to Mr. Ed Atkins, my stat guy. Noah Piles did a great job on the PA, and of course, who do we have on the? We got Braden Wise on the scoreboard today. Appreciate his help keeping me on my P's and Q's up here. For the whole athletic department, this is Dr. John Gross signing off. The Apaches win Game 2 and force a decisive Game 3 tomorrow. Until tomorrow, so long, everybody. All right. Well, I'm going to come back on if you're still there, and we're going to play at 10 o'clock tomorrow. Game time tomorrow will be 10 o'clock. We'll make an announcement on the PA system. TJC in Brookhaven tomorrow at 10 a.m.
Ladies and gentlemen, this announcement, tomorrow's game, TJC and Brookhaven will be at 10 a.m., 10 o'clock tomorrow.
So they're trying to beat the weather tomorrow, and so tomorrow's game will be right here at 10 o'clock. Brookhaven's the home team for tomorrow.
Brookhaven has been named the designated.
So they won the flip here. So little information for you. We're gonna play at 10 o'clock tomorrow morning, and we'll try to beat the weather in the morning. So these guys will have to sleep fast tonight, as will I, as we'll play to decide the time of the series. Look forward to it. Until tomorrow morning at about 9:40. This is Dr. John Gross signing off for the second time. So long, everybody.